That
So I don't know if they noticed that and we're like,
that might be it.
I don't
I
think so.
I genuinely think it's because the art style was like they had the jagged lines and stuff, and I think that unsettled
Yeah, it
them.
was scratchy and yeah.
Like I think that's the
Yeah,
beginning
I get
and end of it. Or maybe Rush Limbaugh said
it.
something
Yeah.
about it. I don't know.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was never crazy about Rugrats when I was a kid. I would watch it occasionally, but I was never excited when it came on.
Yeah, some people swear by it. Hey guys, how's my
Hmm.
audio quality on this hotel Wi-Fi?
I mean, it's all
Sounds
right.
good.
Sounds good. All right, that's good enough for me.
I'm a big Doug fan.
Doug
Yeah, I
was the
like Doug a
shit.
lot. Yeah.
The
Yeah, Doug
Disney
was
Doug
one of the
is
ones
shit.
that yeah. Oh.
Let's see. Oh shoot, everybody's here, except for Sean. What the fuck, Sean?
Get him.
Damn, what a fucking bastard. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, that right there.
Let me see. Let me grab my notebook and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm here.
No, you're not. Don't lie to us.
Shut the fuck up. So tired of your ass.
Oh,
There you
man.
go. Tell the truth.
Yeah, now he's
Do something about it, nerd.
oh
Sam,
yeah. Here we go. This is the old
am I an admin on this server? No, I'm not.
No.
I don't know anything about this server other than the fact that it's just common ground. It seems to be a pretty large hub.
You can request to kick Brax
You know
at
what?
any time.
What is the server? Is this like it seems like some of the people on here have like they're streamers or something. There's just a lot going on. I've never actually taken the time to really like look through stuff or
Well,
see what it's all
it was
about.
it was a hub for streamers, small streamers like
Okay.
me, Kirby, Count,
Okay.
a few other people. I was invited here a few years ago after playing GTA RP with Kirby and Count, and then it kind of was here.
Okay. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Sorry I'm late.
Hey, Sean, what's up? It's fine, man.
What's up?
Yeah, we haven't gotten started. We're just
Yeah, I'm trying to get OBS.
Yeah, we're discussing whether or not to ban Kirby.
Don't
oh,
ban
wait,
Kirby.
No, don't ban me. Brax and Mike were about to fight. It was a classic DM and player.
Herfuffle.
Yeah. That's
But the
what
Brax,
you
but
need.
Brax and DM are always fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this time it was different. They were going to fight in
that-
IRL.
Oh.
Yeah,
meeting
Brax is
down
going
to
to fly
Florida?
down. Yeah,
Yeah,
down to Florida.
Ah, man,
gonna-
I'm too fat to fight.
I'm gonna come
Just-
wherever Brax is, and I'm gonna fucking tear his shit up.
It's like Street
No,
Fighter.
fight. Y'all go to Gatorland. It's right there in Florida, and you go fucking duel it out there. Have some environmental actions you can do. Throw them into the fucking gator pond. It'll be fun.
Okay,
You just want to see us mud wrestle, you pervert.
I like the gators, damn it.
I ended up driving by Alligator Alcatraz this morning.
Oh, Jesus.
That would be regardless of how like awful and fascist it is, it'd be a great like Street Fighter fight scene, like background.
Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, or like a Mortal Kombat.
Genuinely,
Like you uppercut someone into the alligator pit.
exactly that.
Yep.
God damn it! I can't get the
I might go
fucking
send Justice 2. Alligator.
reactive.fugi.tech to load into OBS. What the fuck? Every fucking time. There we go.
I'm trying to pull up pictures of Alligator Alcatraz, and I'm just saying gators with ice hats on.
Yeah, a bunch of like AI generated like shit slop.
Hmm
Yeah,
Good
that
slop.
makes sense.
I just found out about Snake Island today. That scared the shit out of me.
What the hell is
Uh,
Snake Island?
Feel like
Let me
Spider-Man.
pull it right back up. Its real name is Isla de Guermata Grande, and it's an island where every square meter of land has at least one snake. They've evolved to have venom that can burn through human flesh, and it's one of the few places in the world that people are banned from visiting whatsoever, except for Brazilian military and select scientists.
Did you
That's
know
crazy.
that I have a snake in my pants that can burn through human flesh.
Oh fuck
Nice.
yeah.
Is that why you're in Miami right now?
You contracted something dangerous, man.
Okay, I am waiting on a delivery of ramen, which I thought would get here 30 minutes ago. So we will start when that shows up because the driver just pulled up to the hotel. I don't know if he's going to drop it off downstairs or to my room. If he drops it off to my room, I'll give him an extra tip.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
it's
that
30
snake you were
minutes
talking
late,
about.
then we're
Baby tip.
As soon as I can get that, we will start. This is going to be a very casual, very fun section. Despite me trying to keep it light, y'all are going to talk to Xanathar, the mobster, the beholder. As I told Sean in a private chat, he is a mobster, you know, and he likes y'all. So, you know, as long as you don't insult him, berate him, or disrespect him, it should be a fun, light session. We are back in the main story, so you know if you disrespect the mobster, you are liable to die, and that's on you, not me. Okay?
Go Brax, go Brax. Oh, sorry.
Well, hey,
How old is how old is
I'm sorry, you cut off there. What'd you say?
he's asking how old Xanathar.
Xanathar?
You know,
42.
I'm gonna have to check the lore on that one.
he's 40.
Honestly,
He's 42.
I think
He's
Thorgrim
a guy.
can 1v1 fucking Xanathar.
Uh,
I'm gonna put money on it.
I would love to watch him try.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'll be back
god,
in a second, real quick.
that wouldn't happen.
You guys laugh, but I think you underestimate how strong the player characters are in fifth edition.
I mean,
It's really
I
starting
think you
to.
could at least lay out Nilhor.
Well,
Nilhor,
I mean, like,
Nilhor the Mind Flayer is a possibility. Xanathar the Beholder has the Disintegrate Ray as an at-will spell.
yeah, I was gonna say
Oh, shit.
he's a
give
beholder.
away too much.
Beholders are scary.
Yeah. I mean, Thorgrim's just been kicking ass, man.
I've just been
Sam,
getting lucky on roll.
Sam, this entire like campaign, I've tried to like make them afraid of like the bad guys, and so far the only one they're afraid of is Xanathar the Beholder. Noble families that own half of Waterdeep, they don't give a shit. 4 different bards that are like 5 levels higher than them, they don't give a shit. Xanathar the Beholder, they like literally whisper to each other and shake in their boots.
I pulled that bard's earring right out, motherfucker.
Yeah, they didn't
I
give
mean,
a shit.
He is literally a beholder. That is terrifying.
Yeah.
I've yet to run into one. I haven't even run into him much, so I'm excited.
Yeah, y'all did see them fight in the in El Torchel Manor.
True, but I'll be feeling it a lot more whenever we're fighting it. So
when
we'll see.
he disintegrated a couple of cultists.
Yeah. Okay.
So Sam,
disintegration powers.
whenever they want to, they'll catch you up on the main plot. I'm not going to tell you that as a DM because it is kind of a secret. You know, you're getting in with a couple of thieves that have a big job. Whether or not they tell you about the job is their business, not mine. But this campaign has 3 villain groups. One is Xanathar by himself, and the other is the Doom Raiders, which is a group of famous adventurers / bards. And I play them.
Are they the band?
They're the band that plays My Chemical Romance songs. They are designed to be annoying, and they behave just like with the morality of a D&D adventurer party. Like that's kind of a joke. They are D&D players.
Yep.
And
Murder hobos.
yeah, murder hobos, exactly. And then the other group was a lord and a lady Castellanter, and they already killed them, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, okay, interesting. So this band, like, they will regularly beat a shopkeeper half to death because he won't sell them a potion at half price.
Yes, exactly. And they think they are the good guys. Like that is the joke in my head. That's how I play them. Like 100%. Okay. I'm kind
The
of
violence committed by a player looking for a cheaper item at a shop is astounding.
exactly. I think I ruined a campaign. No, I didn't ruin a campaign. I killed Dan's character because he wasn't mean enough to a shopkeeper.
Oh,
No.
wait a minute. Was that the one? Was I DMing that one?
Yes.
I remember he, yeah.
That's the
Yeah, there was
campaign where I straight up bullied another player, but I don't feel bad about it.
I felt Dan didn't deserve a lot of, that's a whole other conversation.
I think he did.
Sometimes, but not always.
No, not
He didn't
always.
annoy me. He didn't annoy me as much as some of the other people in the group.
Okay, guys.
But,
Let me go downstairs and get my food. Oh, I missed a call from them. I will be right back. Give me like 5 minutes tops.
Adios.
All right.
If y'all would like to, please catch Sam up on Xanathar.
I'll put a pin in that because actually I have to step away briefly.
Perfect.
But then I'll be back.
Everybody take a smoke, do whatever you got to do. Let's start the game officially at like 9:25.
All right.
All right.
All right. I'm back.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Man, we're 3 minutes over. Where the hell is everybody?
Mike, you back?
Mike.
Mike needs his ramen.
Did you see that? Schizo even left. He was gone for so long.
I bet he likes raw men.
Nah.
Who likes raw men? What the fuck?
Oh, shit, he's
Yeah.
back.
Pause.
You like raw men because
I
you
mean-
like to feed it to your python.
All those noodles. David, Joe.
I am bi, so you're not wrong.
Ah.
Shit.
Learn something new about Mike.
I've
been
told you
fucking-
this, motherfucker.
Did you?
Yes.
I failed.
Hey.
Like you couldn't tell by looking at me. Okay. All right, everybody. This is going to be a fun session. Sam, this is what we call a factions and roleplay session. It is not something that drives the plot forward. It is something where the characters manage their relationship with the factions of Waterdeep. All the factions of Waterdeep are gangs, be it the Sea Maidens Fair and their clown smuggling operation, Xanathar, the mobster, or Force Grey, the corrupt cops of Waterdeep. So you can explore what you want to do with your characters. You can develop relationships. If you develop a good relationship with a faction, you get a +1 with them, which means they view you as friendly. You know, you scratch their back, they'll scratch your back, stuff like that.
Okay. You say when you say the clown outfit, you said clown gang clown.
Yes, I did.
It just
They
it-
are
it-
an insane clown posse, yes.
Yes, they are.
It made it just the first thing that came to mind was the child clown outlet from Tim and Eric. But you know, I mean,
I
that'd
do
be
not-
cool if that was in this game.
I do not
Now,
know that joke.
no one knows it except for me. But so I'm sure I made you watch it at some point when we were going to school together. But you know, most people forget that anything from that show because it's uncomfortable. But cool. No, I'm down. I actually would probably like to interact with the clown gang at some point. I want firearms.
That's perfect. Thank you. They are the only ones with firearms because they get it direct from Luskin. Okay.
Okay.
So, guys, since Sam wasn't here last session, forgive me. I'm going to be eating throughout this.
You're doing pretty well.
Oh, that
Usually,
ramen.
I expected a lot more slurping.
You know, wait a minute, because I just got my food.
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, you did. So we are going to start with Sam, give him a few minutes to see how his character would react to a few things in the great city of Waterdeep, and then we'll catch up with everybody last session. Sam, I don't know if you listened to the last session, but what everybody did was they kind of managed their personal stories. Blinken cashed in a few deals that he's made over this campaign so he could get some investment into the group renovating the rundown Troll Skull Tavern. They're renovating it to turn it into the Half Pints Bar called the Fool's Half Pint. The group is called the Half Pints because they're all shorter characters. Y'all talked to Rainier Neverember, who you saved from Lord Growlhound before he got infected with a Mind Flayer intellect devourer. You caught up with people at the Yawning Portal. Inchi went to visit his mother. Huel went to visit a shady doctor to try to find out how to replace the Artificer's bismuth heart, because the Artificer's bismuth heart is one of the things y'all need to get into the Vault of Dragons. Huel, he told you that replacing the Artificer's heart with a lesser mineral would have her magical capacity, and it would be very dangerous, just in general. And it would be even more dangerous because the material you're replacing it with, Corvalite, would require the person that gets it implanted in them to be in internal harmony with themselves. And the Artificer is very much not within internal harmony. She is a member of Force Grey, the elite law enforcement of Waterdeep, yet she is conflicted because being an elite law enforcement officer means maintaining the status quo. So a lot of what she does is making side deals with the power players in Waterdeep, the corrupt guild masters, the corrupt nobles, the corrupt Xanathar Thieves Guild, because what she wants to do is prevent all-out street war, all-out gang warfare in Waterdeep. That is her definition of keeping the peace. Inchi went to visit his family. He gave his mother, Alcy, some gold so that they could buy enough supplies for the winter. Elzerna even chipped in with some of her inheritance to help the Goblin Village, because the Goblin Village is, their land is being claimed by nobles who want to start a logging operation on the thick redwoods that Inchi's family live in. Inchi's family is in a rough, uncertain alliance with the Ruby Rabbits, a group of revolutionaries who want to kill all nobles, because that is the only way that the world can have justice. The session ended with Blinken and Inchi bringing everybody else to the Thieves Guild because they want to talk to Xanathar. Inchi wants to talk to Xanathar about doing something to put his family's land in his family's name on the books of Waterdeep. And Blinken wants to talk to Xanathar about waiving the guild fees for opening up a new bar, because Waterdeep is a guild city. So they have to pay the Woodworkers Guild to renovate their bar. They have to pay the Bread Makers Guild if they want to serve bread. They have to pay the Ale Makers Guild if they want to serve alcohol. Things of that manner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we are going to start with Sam. Sam?
And, sorry, I was just going to ask before I got started. So we defeated and killed the assassin leader, right?
Yes, you did. That was a side story. It doesn't have a whole lot of relevance to the main plot.
Okay, I was wondering how that affected the city and the relationships between the different factions, if at all.
Not much. There will be some references to it. I made those were interlude sections that were supposed to hold us over through the holidays, and then I kind of got carried away with the Assassin's Guild. So it lasted too long. They're not meant to affect the plot of the story too much.
Okay. But it would I guess like having defeated, I mean, not the entire guild itself, but at least like the leader and a lot of them, that's probably some pretty impressive street credentials, that we could use as bargaining chips and whatnot.
It is definitely something worth bragging about. And yeah, absolutely. It did happen, but it's not going to affect the main plot of this campaign. And of course, they didn't give me a fucking fork for my ramen, pieces of shit.
You're supposed to just eat it. I'm sorry, just drink all the broth and then just slurp. It's one big long noodle.
I am by myself in this hotel room, so it won't embarrass me if I do that.
But we'll know.
Will you?
I'm just going to assume anyways, as you mentioned it.
Okay. So Sam, the last session you were in,
yeah,
ended with everyone exhausted after fighting the leader of the Assassin's Guild, at least the leader of the Assassin's Guild in Waterdeep.
Right.
You retreated to Trollskull Manor with your new friends, Blinken, the Gnome Ranger, Inchi, the Goblin Wizard, Huel, the Halfling Bard, and Thorgrin, the Dwarf Barbarian. They happen to own a piece of property in Waterdeep called Trollskull Manor. They're in the process of renovating the whole manor, but especially the downstairs, the first floor. They are renovating that to be a bar called the Fool's Half Pint. It is the end of fall and the beginning of winter. EB, you woke up a little bit earlier than everybody else. You're a rogue. You're a person that connects people with the items they want, no matter what it takes. So you're used to waking up before the crack of dawn. That's when the business gets done. You stepped out of Trollskull Manor, which is right here on this map that you're looking at, and you happen to know that your friend Vincent Trench, the private detective that y'all saved from the Assassin's Guild, lives nearby. So you head over to his shop, the Tiger's Eye, where he does private detective work. Of course, in your last session, you discovered that Vincent Trench is not a human. He is a Rakshasha, a tiger creature who is typically naturally evil, not born of any natural process, but born of inhumane rituals, drawn into this world by evil. But he said that he always fights for the good people of Waterdeep. And you know Vincent. You've asked him to help out with some things here and there, and he'll help you out if it's of no consequence, but he won't help you out if it's going to end up hurting someone. He is, deep down, a good person. So you went over to his shop, the Tiger's Eye, where he runs a private detective business, and you knocked on the door, and he opened it up and he said, "Oh, EB, it's good to see you, my friend. Come on in. I know it's early, but I got a pot of coffee. I got a pot of coffee on the burner for you.
Yeah,
Come
your
on
turn.
in."
Yep. Salutations. Yeah, I just sort of eyeball him. I say, quite the revelation.
You walk
And then
into the Tiger's Eye. It is a building, and you don't know what the walls look like because Vincent has covered it in black and red and purple cloth to block out the sunlight. In fact, the only bit of light that's here is a candle that he keeps on his desk. He walks over to it and he lights a pipe and he smokes out of it, and the slow, mournful saxophone starts to play. And he says, "Yeah, EB, last night it got it too hard to handle. The Assassin's Guild tried to hand us our ass, but we fed it back to them." And he slams his fist on the table. "That's just 1% of the wickedness that's in this city of Waterdeep. It's something to feel good about, but we can't delude ourselves into thinking we've solved any single problem." And even though it's 4 a.m., Vincent Trench already seems fired up about injustice. What do you say?
Yeah, we fed them our ass, all right, like you said. No, yeah, I would agree. It was quite the victory for our motley team. I'm still sort of warming up, getting to know them, but I seem more comfortable in their ranks, being blood brothers, as it were.
Yes, spilling the blood of a wicked man is a great way to form a brotherhood. But EB, you're a friend of mine. We've been friends for a few years. You help me out with my investigations, and I help you out with finding connections to people that have items you want. I wanted to talk to you about that before I give you something, my friend.
Certainly.
See, I don't know what it is with them there half pints that live over in Trollskull Manor. Your new friends, Blinken, Inchi, Huel, Thorgrin. You know, I can see the good or evil in people. You, of course, know what I truly am. And I can see that deep down they're good people. But my gods, above and below, they are involved in some wicked business. When I first met them, they seemed normal. But every day since then, they have had the scent of evilness about them. I've smelled a devil on them. I've smelled a beholder on them. And I've smelled blood on their hands more than once. Now, I am not one to judge. Lord knows I have, or all the gods know I have enough blood on my paws, and I believe that they're good people trying to do the right thing. And he hands you a cup of coffee, EB, and he says, "But I want you to know before you get involved with them that you don't have to. EB, you could do anything that you want. You're an industrious guy. You're a clever guy. You could do anything in this city. Hells, you could do the right thing and leave this city. There ain't nothing wrong with running away from a problem that's bigger than you. 'Cause I've seen good people get dragged down by the wickedness of this city." What do you
Nice.
say? What do you say to that, EB?
I like the monologue. I'd sip the coffee, and Evie would consider it for a moment and say something to think about and consider for sure. Still, I can't help but
Sam?
notice.
Yeah, whatever you want to say is fine. Okay, this is your moment to define EB as a character. And no pressure. I'm not going to hold it to you. Everybody in this campaign has discovered their character as they've interacted with NPCs. So
Yeah.
this is your chance to like make the first step.
Yeah. Well, first of all, he would say, yeah, it's basically this. My time in the city has been fraught with violence and difficulty, but it's still a far cry from the dangers of the Underdark. I spent my formative years there, as you know, and I still wake up at night with nightmares of shadows lurking in the corners of the caves. It's not a... I shudder to go back there, and as bad as the city is, it's a far cry from that environment. I feel as though that it's, in a way, less evil on the surface, less dangerous, but maybe that's because I have had more success. Something that should be noted, I guess, one thing about EB, that his character that I do know for sure, and that Vincent would know since he's known him for a while, is that EB fancies himself a sort of like a clever, roguish, almost like well, my class is the mastermind. But here's the thing. I'm not that smart, and I'm not that clever. I'm not that good at playing this sort of class without an extraordinary amount of effort and note taking and all that sort of stuff. So, but anyway, how that's going to translate to how I play this guy is he fancies himself a Machiavellian mastermind kind of guy. And he's all right at that. I guess we'll see as the game goes on how good he is, in fact. But the truth is that he's better at, just like his knife and his fighting and basically just surviving. That's kind of where his strengths truly are. But but he's willing to. But he fancies himself like kind of like like a secret keeper, wheeler and dealer, that sort of thing. I guess mastermind is even though it's sort of a lofty title, kind of fancies himself that. But Vincent Trent would probably know a little bit better. Like, yeah, you're not quite that, but
Sam, would you say that EB is kind of like a chess master, thinking 5 moves ahead, or he's more street smart?
He's more street smart. He fancies himself like thinking 5 moves ahead kind of guy. He's more like thinking 1 or 2 moves ahead. But
hey, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Does that provide you any mechanical benefits?
So yeah, here's the thing. Talking D&D, this class really isn't that great. It really, in order to be, it just isn't. It's one of those classes that sounds really cool, and then when you look at it, it's just not really. At least in my opinion, it does. Like, you could be effective with it, but yeah, like I said, you'd have to be like really, really smart, really know the ins and outs of the campaign, really be good at that sort of thing. The mechanical benefit that I get, listen to this, I can perfectly mimic an accent and pass myself off as like a native of like some part of the world, which sounds cool, but you know, I don't know how often that's going to be of any practical use.
Sam, in this campaign, that will be of very practical use. If you ever want to
Okay.
what's it called? Imitate a
Imitate,
specific
yeah.
character, that would be
Okay.
great. Huel had to
All
do
right,
that in the last story arc, and he almost failed a check for that because he didn't do the voice right. But if that's a natural ability that you have, absolutely that would be beneficial.
Okay,
And,
then. Well, that's good to know.
I will say with your street smarts, I will give you a +1 to perception checks about like what's going on. If you ever get a bad vibe from something, roll a perception check and see what's up with it. Okay. Vincent Trench pulls out a pipe and he starts lighting it. And you notice that since you know his secret now, he's not trying to hide it so much. He's in his human form, but Rakshasas have their hands on backwards. Their palms
Right.
are facing outwards. The outside of their hand are facing inwards. And he bends his human hand unnaturally backwards to hold his pipe. He's not pretending anymore with you. And he says, EB, I've always respected you. You're a straight shooter. You know, you'll do things in the shadows, but you're an honest guy, and you're not out here to hurt anyone. That's why we get along. So I'm going to tell you, if you ever need my help, please come and let me know, because the last thing I want is another good man, and he slams the table as he says that, getting lost in this wicked city. Okay? And I don't know what it is about your new friends, but they're involved in something bigger. I swear, one moment they're fine, and the next moment I can smell something just purely evil in the air. Don't know what it is. It's the most confounding thing. And EB, you remember last night that time stopped, and this strange man with a handlebar mustache and a nice suit seemed to stop time and tell all your new friends that they owed him 60% of something. And that man, the salesman, Avi, said to you specifically that if your new friends don't cut you in on this big heist they got going on, that you could just simply say his name, Avi, and he would come to help you out. You don't know what it is. Or actually, you do know, because your friends told you that that is the avatar of Asmodeus.
Yeah, that's right.
You keep that to yourself, and you and Vincent talk for a few more moments, and then you go out about your day as the sun starts to rise. And Sam, I'm going to do something not so great as a DM. I'm going to control your character for just 1 minute, if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah, like for
Okay.
cutscenes, you know.
Yeah. You cast Pass Without Trace on yourself. I don't know.
My
if you
character
can
would
do-
never do that.
Okay. You have a potion bottle or something. You cast it upon yourself, and you go to the other side of Troll Skull Manor, where your new friends are watching. Something about your instincts kicks in. You want to watch them for a moment, and you see them as they wake up. And the first to wake up is that young girl. She called herself Stacy, but you know that's not her real name, just from a few of the things that she said. And she comes out on the side porch of Troll Skull Manor, and she starts sipping some tea. And about 20 minutes later, Blinken, the gnome, comes out, and they start having a small conversation in the morning. And the girl Elzerna says, Mr. Angel, I really want to know if, with everything we're going up against, these villains, the Vault of Dragons, I want to be a good person. I want to do good things for good reasons. With everything that's going on, will I be able to keep doing that? And Blinken, the Gnome Ranger, says, well, of course you'll be able to do that. As long as you always remember that motivation, you'll be able to do such things, and I really hope things don't go badly for us. And EB, from this conversation, you get that whatever your friends are wrapped up in, they are good people, kind of trying to do the kind of right thing. They're not bad, they're not evil. The next thing you think to do, oh shit, I should have done this with Vincent. Vincent pays you for helping him out with the Assassin's Guild, and he said, EB, I know that you were looking for something. You told me about it when you were hiding me. You need 3 purple dragon scales, right? Well, I happen to have that back in my chest full of ingredients for rare potions I might need. I'm a little bit of a hoarder, but since I haven't used this in, 246 years, I figure you can have it. And he hands you over a pouch, and you look inside, and sure enough, it has 3 purple dragon scales. He says, you take that to whoever hired you for it and get your payday, EB. And hey, remember, with that money, you could always just run away from this city.
Okay.
So,
4 dragon scales.
3 purple dragon scales.
Okay.
So, EB, after seeing that scene with Stacy and your new gnome friend Blinken, what would you like to do in Waterdeep? You could, of course, go give those dragon scales to the person that hired you. You could sell them and make a profit on it yourself. You can do whatever you want in the wonderfully wide city of Waterdeep. What would you like to do?
Who hired us to obtain the scales for them again?
So
it's the shop owner?
No, it's
purple guy?
actually a very interesting group of people. It was a clown that worked at a fair in the docks ward.
Yeah. I'll go see him because I want to get in their good graces.
Fantastic. I'm going to take you over to the map of Waterdeep. And you spend about 30 minutes walking down to the docks ward of Waterdeep, a ward that is all where the poor people live, where the fishermen live, where the warehouse workers live, where the importers live. It is a ward of Waterdeep that is only docks, warehouses, and rundown shops. It is where all the criminals congregate. And you head over to a dock that has been bought out for the winter by the Sea Maidens Fair, a group of traveling clowns. And you walk through there and you try to find your contact. Just a second.
Remember when I started, I don't know if this plays a role or not. When I started, I was on that ship, the Velvet Barnacle.
Yes, and I did say that that was your apartment that you are renting from someone.
Okay.
And you can always go back to that or use it as a hideout if you wish.
All right, cool.
Okay, I think I got everything set up. So you walk over to the docks ward, and what you see is like a 3-ring circus type of deal. There are 3 big tents drawn up, and that is the Sea Maidens Fair territory. They are setting up for the day. There are various stalls setting up when they are heating up oil, where they are going to sell deep fried dough with sugar on it, selling various candies from Neverwinter and Silvery Moon and other cities all over Faerun. They have different types of exotic fruits from strange lands such as Thresh. And you see the person that actually hired you. It was not a clown, my bad. It is this person right here, a drow security officer, an elf with dark blue skin that kind of matches yours. And they have a vest, and they have this strange mechanical thing on their hip. It looks like some kind of cannon that's very small that they can hold in their hand, and they always have their right hand on the handle of this cannon. And he sees you coming through, and he says, "EB, do you got what I asked you for, or are you here to see some juggling?"
I've come with the scales.
He says, "Excellent, excellent. Let me take you back to the person who's going to pay you. You're going to see the captain." And the Sea Maidens Fair, of course, when they're done with their fair, they'll pack up their tent and they'll put it on their 3 ships. They use their 3 ships to sail up and down the Sword Coast, traveling to city to city. So he takes you on to the docks There is a map for this. I just don't have it loaded into Roll20. But he takes you onto their main ship and he takes you into the captain's quarters. And there is a man there, a human man, a very strange human man who is wearing no shit, a Speedo with 2 straps across his chest and a massive pirate's captain with a red feather coming off of it. And he says, "Oh, hello. Who are you and what can you do for me?"
Is this? I want to know. Is this like part of like the D&D published thing, or is this like your idea to? Because he's
This is-
Zardoz, right? The Sean Connery.
This is
suit, right?
This is Waterdeep canon. This is in a book published by Wizards of the Coast. This is Captain.
You're fucking with me. No.
No, it absolutely is. This is one of the villains from Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Captain Zardoz Zord of the Clown Sea Maidens Fair. He says, "Oh, hello. How can I help? What can you do for me?"
I brought the scales that you have requested.
He says, "Oh, marvelous. I don't really need to know all the details, but I am such a gossip. Oh, how did you come about these rare dragon scales?" And Sam, you can respond to this however you want. Lies, truth, it's up to you.
It was procured through strenuous methods. I prefer to keep the cards close to my chest for this juncture.
He says, "I, of course, respect your secrecy, but gods, would you deprive me of such a story? Fine, whatever. And he takes the purple dragon scales from your hands and he walks over to a little table and he fiddles with some kind of tiny metal needles. And then he turns around and he is wearing the dragon scales as an earring on each ear and a necklace. He says, "Oh, what do you think? Scale of 1 to 10. Is it working? Is it serving?"
I stand there for an awkward beat and I say, it does not distract from the remainder of your outfit.
He says, "Of course. As they always say, you always have to subtract one thing to make the elements of your outfits stand out. And I, of course, forego most of my clothing, and it really makes my accessories shine. Anyway, what's this fellow's name?" And he points to the drow security guard, and the drow security says, "His name's E.B. He's a known smuggler from the Underdark." "Oh, the Underdark. We've tried to do a fair down there, but it just never works out. Anyway, E.B., I have 100 gold coins for you for finding these purple dragon scales, but if you would like to do something else for me, we could bump that up to 150. It is, of course, a professional job that I'm sure you're capable of."
And what would that job be?
He says, "The sewers of Waterdeep happen to be haunted by an awful creature, a beholder known as Xanathar. I would just absolutely love it if you could make me a little map of the Xanathar's lair, the Thieves Guild hideout, they call it. I would just love to know my way around there. We are, of course, trying to put on a show down there. And if we know all the entrances and exits and secret doors and where the scrying eyes are, we could put on a better show." And EB, roll a perception check.
All right. And will I add that +1 to this one? Is this like one of those situations, or would it just be my standard?
Yeah.
Okay.
This would qualify as street smarts.
Now, I have a question. Would this be... Well, I guess they're kind of the same. Instinct and perception are kind of like... Yeah, they're... Okay. So, 17...
17 plus 1 would be 18, right?
Well, no, that is the +1, so it's 17.
Perfect. Okay. This man is lying to you. He wants to know the layout of the Xanathar Thieves Guild, but he is lying when he says he wants to put on a show down there. He has some sort of nefarious purpose that he is not telling you.
I say, goodness, a whole map, secret doors, quite the job.
He says,
Um,
of course, it would be 50 up front for taking the risk, and 50 on the back end when you hand me a fully fleshed out map. I, of course, know that it is a bit risky, but I love
Risky.
risque. See,
Um,
I have an idea. You, a competent thief and smuggler, would be a great fit for the Xanathar Thieves Guild. Simply go down there and pretend to be a new recruit. See your way around. Things such as that. It will be easy, EB. Easy.
yes, easy. Infiltrate the most violent and feared crime boss's internal syndicate.
Oh, of course, if you're not man enough to do such a thing, that is another matter.
Oh, well, it is not that I'm not man enough, but perhaps your offer seems to be on the lower side of things. After all, this is considerable risk.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that 50 gold is a paltry sum, even for a finder's fee.
He says, I always love a man who wants more. Tell me, EB from the Underdark, what would you consider a reasonable payment for such a thing?
Okay, before I talk in character, what was
Okay.
the total he was offering? The
He
grand total for
offered
the whole
you
job?
100, 50 up front, 50 after.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's okay. I say 100 up front, a grand total 300, and in addition, or actually I say, or the 100 up front can be waived. I would accept one of your firearms for protection on the job, of course.
He says, oh my, a man after my own heart, so bold, so demanding, so dominant. And he looks you like up and down very uncomfortably. And it lasts like 5 seconds, him going up and down. And he says, how about this, EB? 100 up front and a hand cannon upon completion. I want a map. I want to know the secret doors. And I know he has scrying eyes down there. Find me the location of those, and a hand cannon is all yours. Does that sound fair?
So he's offering
100 right now, and then a
Okay.
firearm upon completion.
Okay. Scrying eyes. Okay. I say, if you allow me, if I locate the scrying eye, because that will be much more difficult and dangerous to identify.
He says,
I
don't
demand-
worry about such things. And he tosses you a telescope. And he says, that there, that can see invisible things, such as scrying eyes. No need for perception or discerning eyes. And mechanically, that will bypass the perception check needed to see a scrying eye. But you do have to physically take out this telescope and look around to see the scrying eye. So it's a trade-off.
Right. Okay. All right. I say, let me ask you this. Are these firearms for sale? Meaning, I know not to the general public, of course, but my allies and myself could make use of such a thing.
We, of course, try to keep the hand cannons under wraps. They are frowned upon by the law enforcement of Waterdeep. They are, of course, behind the times. But I assure you, EB, I could give one, and he raises one finger, to one person, you, specifically. This is, of course, important to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be asking for it. I'm not a casual man.
Okay, so he's offering an additional firearm to everything else for the deal?
Yes, he'll give you 100 now, and then a firearm upon completion.
All right. Yeah, and EB, he's like, I know exactly who in the party I'm going to give it to, and then it's like a little it's like a Homer Simpson thought bubble, and it's a picture of himself. But yeah, okay. I say I accept the terms. And I
Perfect.
shake his hand.
He
if
reaches
he does that
into
sort of thing.
he reaches into a drawer beside his captain's desk on his ship. He pulls out a small bag and he walks, or a medium-sized bag, and he walks over to you and he says, "EB, 100 gold coins for you. And I'm sure I don't have to tell a man as experienced as yourself that failure will be met with violence, complete and total. Do you understand me?"
He says, "Of course. If not from Xanathar, then from you."
He says, "Now there's some respect." And he points at the drow security guard. "Why can't I get you to talk to me like that? EB, do this and I'll give you all the hand cannons you want. You could be one of my security guards." And he hands you the bag of golden coins and he actually gives you a hug as he does so. Not a handshake,
Oh.
a hug.
How sweet.
And he says, "Of course, be sure to come back when the sun is up and you can see all the stuff that we get up to at the Sea Maidens Fair. But until then, EB, I don't want to see you until you have a map in your hands."
All right.
All right, EB, you accept 100 gold coins. You can add that to your inventory, and you exit the ship under the watchful eye of Captain Zardoz Zord and his drow security officer, whose right hand never leaves the handle of the hand cannon at his hip. You step off the boat, you walk off the docks, and as you do, a small origami paper bird starts magically fluttering around your head. You've been in the city long enough to know that these paper birds are ways that people send messages, letters back and forth. All you have to do is catch it out of the air and unfold it. You snatch it out of the air, you unfold it, and it is actually from Blinkin' Plantfoot, Schizofreak's character, your friend, the Gnome Ranger, who you think casted a dragon illusion spell a couple of nights ago. That part of your memory is really foggy. He says to meet him and the rest of the crew at the Yawning Portal. Do you do that?
Yeah, I'll go right there.
All right. Canonically, you meet up with him at noon.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody else, as y'all are gathering around the sewer access outside of the Yawning Portal, EB, your gnome friend who helped you defeat the Assassin's Guild last night, walks up to you. And EB, what would you say as you walk up to Blinkin the gnome, Thorgrin the dwarf, Inchi the goblin wizard, and Huel the halfling?
Morning, all. When you wish to hear, I have a job that perhaps we could work on.
Blinken looks at him and kind of, lifts an eyebrow and says, "Oh, what type of job?"
Yeah, can we do it before or after we see the
I'm gonna let
mind
out
flare?
a big yawn and pull a pretzel out of my beard and eat it. What job?
It involves the very same aforementioned beholder. Apparently, if I can map out an accurate layout drawing map of his lair to Captain Zardoz, then I will be a mite bit richer and might have one of those clown sidearms that we have all been jealously eyeballing. Huh?
So,
Well, then it's your luck. It's your lucky day, new guy. We're about to go visit them. I think.
hold up.
I am.
Okay, Blinken, I want to hear your reason first.
What for what?
Well, the hold it. What's your interruption here?
Oh, I was just gonna say something like, "What? Hold on. So why the weirdo that's in like some weird loincloth and all that?"
It's a Speedo and straps across his chest, okay?
Listen, I'm trying to be canonically correct in D&D.
He has a speedolier.
Okay. So you
the
want to
reason-
know why him? I want to know why you get all the rewards. You said that you get rich, and we have to help with this.
No, well, I suppose if anyone would help me, they could share in the reward. But this would be an endeavor I would take mostly upon myself. I would be the map drawer. Um,
Well, yes, but you'd be accompanying us, and what's to stop us from telling him?
you would. Oh, you mean just turning me in over to
Yeah.
Xanathar?
Yeah, like, hey, this guy's here to map out your hideout. Oh, so
Well,
that's
I don't
Huel.
care.
Huel,
So
can you
is
step to the
extortion,
side
is
for
it?
a second?
Well then, I could certainly split the gold. I have here 100 gold in this bag, and I jangle it in front of everybody. I say, perhaps split this would ensure my life.
No, I wasn't saying we were going to kill you.
Of course, not you.
I mean, I
well, you
could.
probably
Don't look
should
at me.
double check with him, but I personally don't care. Like if you want help, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out other means of trying to get my bar running or get our bar running.
Look,
Mhm.
I'll be your guide down there anyway. My only ask of you is you help pay the damn rent for this bar.
Okay.
I'm standing
Oh.
there doing the John Travolta thing, like, what the fuck? Like,
We, we need this bar paid off, Thorgan,
the bar's a cover!
and maybe a home for, goblins. My goblins.
Who will work the bar?
Who will
we
live
are
in it.
indentured servants.
Hey, but that is my family you're talking about, new guy. Don't
I
push
don't,
it.
I don't actually suggest.
It's too early for you to say that yet, but yes.
We're all thinking it. Yes, we could use our dear friend's family as free labor.
Look, it's Inchi's family's tavern. Like a family.
It's just a bunch more half pints, guys.
Speaking of which, Sam, there are two other people with your friends from last night. There is this other deep gnome who looks kind of like you, but he's about 20 years older. And he steps up to you and he says, hey, the guys told me that you helped them out last night. That sounds pretty cool. Name's, I'm not going to lie to you, Schemo. Nice to meet you. And he shakes your hand. And that's this character right here. He is an NPC that is attached to the party. Gotcha. And then this adult human woman walks over to you and says, hello, hey. And she waves her hand in front of her face, and the human face disappears, and it's the little girl that was hanging out with these guys last night. The girl who managed to knock one of the Assassin's Guild unconscious. Oh. She says, it's me, Elzana. Nice to see you again. I was worried when you weren't in the bar when we woke up.
Oh, hello. I'm just sort of dumbfounded.
Yeah. But, she waves her hand back in front of her face and appears to be a fully adult human woman. She says, we're waiting on someone called Kickin' John to escort us down to the Thieves Guild. I'm glad to have you along.
You invited that weirdo with us?
He's not weird. He walks and he uses his feet. Like everyone else.
Speaking of which, Sam, another goblin, walks up to the party, and he has no arms, and he has a pouch along his waist, and he says, oh, okay, I'm escorting another person down there for free. Okay, Inchi, because we're friends, I guess we'll do that. And Sam, this armless goblin holds out his foot to you sideways, like he's asking for a handshake. He says, name's Kickin' John. Nice to meet ya.
I'm gonna shake my head no at you.
I gingerly I grab his big toe and shake it.
He says, do you say your name?
Oh yeah, I introduce myself.
Okay.
I am EB.
Nice to meet you, EB. That's great. And then with that same foot, he reaches into the pouch, like at his waist, and he pulls out a fried, like, dough ball. This is called a pancake ball. It's a delicacy in Waterdeep. It's like fried dough that usually has a jelly or jam filled inside, and he just plucks one out, like a donut hole, almost.
Yeah. Okay.
And he plucks one out between his big toe and his second toe, and he just plops that right into his mouth, and he says, okay, everybody ready for the sewers?
And she
I'm
daps
glad.
Dick and
I'm,
John.
I'm really glad that he ate the donut before the sewers with his feet,
Oh,
splashing around down there.
Sam, he's gonna eat donuts while he's walking through the sewers. Kicking John doesn't give a fuck.
Oh man, that's great.
And she
Sam,
just daps him up and walks with him. Yeah, I'm ready.
Sam, if you can't tell, Kickin' John was named on the spot after I described a goblin with no arms. Okay.
That's pretty good. It's like Slippin' Jimmy.
Yes. Inchi and Kickin' John pry off the grating cover of this sewer access point, and they climb down the ladder, and all of y'all follow after them. And we are going to go to a very big map. Sam, the way this campaign works is all the villains have a hideout. And the hideout is a very big map, kind of like a dungeon map. But every time you go down there, you have the chance to explore a new part of that map. It is a villain's lair. The more you find out about it, the better you would be at breaking into that villain's lair and stopping their plans or fucking with them or stealing from them in some way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The crew has been down here. How many times have y'all been down here?
I'm gonna say like 3.
A few times.
Yeah, Inchi is a member of the Thieves Guild, so he's been down here a lot. Everybody else, I think, has been down here 2 times at the maximum. So, Kickin' John takes you down into the sewers, and as y'all are walking, there are these engravings of a big eye on the wall, and then whatever way that eye is looking, that's the path that Kickin' John follows through all the crisscrossing sections of the water-deep sewers. And as y'all walk along, sometimes through the sewer water, sometimes on like a little raised path beside the flow of the sewage, Kickin' John reaches into his pouch with his foot and plops another pancake ball into his mouth. Inchi, as y'all are walking along in the sewers, Schemo says to you, "Hey, Inchi, what's going on with you, man? Your magic feels a little bit weird, like your magical energy. Are you okay?" And Inchi, you'll remember that during the Assassin's Guild fight, you rolled 3 4s in a row, which is almost impossible while you were trying to cast a spell. And he's kind of picking up on that. What do you say about that?
Was that for a spell?
It was for a spell, yes.
Yeah, I was, and then he leans in real close and whispers, "I flew. I've never been more scared."
He says, "You cast flight on yourself, Inchi?"
What? No. The little girl made me fly.
Inchi, your magic. How does it feel when you cast the magic through you? You know, you're a wizard, I'm a wizard. I had to study for decades to be able to cast the kind of spells that I cast. You seem to have picked your tricks up from a book of card tricks. How does the magic feel when it flows through you?
What do you mean you feel it? It's touching you?
He says, and he opens up his own spell book and he starts flipping through his notes and he shows you some diagrams of like a circle with 16 points. And he says, "So these are magic circles that helps you map the weave. And you can see from the different connection between these 16 points, you can connect different parts of the weave to cast different types of spells, right? You can only cast illusion spells." And he shows you this diagram of illusion magic. And he says, "But if you actually understood the magic you were casting, you could cast all types of spells." And he starts flipping through different pages with different diagrams. And he says, "Inchi, have you ever studied magic like this?"
Mr. Schemy, this stuff is fake.
He says, oh.
Here, give me that. And she takes his book and flips to the first diagram with the circles and the squares. And hold on. And he wipes his finger in some smudge from the sewers and writes a big old word "illusion" across a whole circle. It says, "It's all an illusion, Mr. Schemy. If
And
you
she-
think about it, nothing is real, and it's all an illusion.
He
There's no
says,
spoon.
and she roll an Arcana check.
Let's see, that's a 10 plus 6, 16.
Okay. And she, as you're flipping through this book with these diagrams that Schema Weirdbottle said he studied for decades, you understand it all just perfectly naturally. Transmutation magic, conjuration magic, illusion magic. It like you said, it's all an illusion. It's all bullshit. It doesn't mean anything to you.
Yep.
You
You
hand
see,
uh,
you're learning 16 times, and it's just one illusion. Come on, man.
he says, Inchi, could you cast an enchantment of some sort?
Not right now.
Let me look up an enchantment spell.
Yeah, I can just look up a random one if you want, and she to just try.
Yes, do that. Do that as you're walking along. Does anybody else want to talk to anybody else in the party? It's been very Sam and Inchi heavy up until this point.
I'll talk to Heal if Heal's there.
Huel?
Sorry, I just had to step away for a second. I'm back.
It's okay. Blinken wants to talk to you about something as y'all are walking through the sewers to the Xanathar Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
He was
so,
like, Blinky will be looking for him when he was the last one in. He's scared of this place. He's like hiding behind Alzerna and everybody.
Yeah, Elzerna, the child, is the only person that looks like a human adult. So she would be the only person you could hide behind.
Sorry, Blinken knows. I'm scared of this place. What's up?
well, and I'll whisper and be like, "What do you think of the new friend there?" And I point at EB. What do you think of him?
He's pretty nice. I like him.
Well, that's good. I'm just wondering because maybe we'll do a couple more jobs with him or something and see how he is. Because I don't know if he has the vibe yet to know what we're doing here. With the and I whisper really quiet to make sure nobody hears it. The Dragon Vault.
Yeah. A lot going on.
And if we just dump the information to him, I don't know how he'll take it. So I'm just like trying to, get a vibe from him and see how he is. That's why I want to do a few more jobs with him, and maybe I think we should let him in on trying to, at least the more the merrier of trying to help and try to figure out where the shit is.
For sure.
I'm gonna scuttle over to the two of you, noticing that you guys are talking, and be like, "Hey,
What do you want?
so, well, how do we feel about this guy?"
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, good. So, do you think he's gonna help us take over the dock?
What?
Well, if we're building the bar, we want to have the most intake for our product, right? So if you guys want to sell alcohol and shit, we need to have the dock, which is convenient because if we own the dock, we would also have ownership of all trade intake, and we could charge protection to some of the guilds and start increasing business.
I mean, I guess that could be interesting, but like, I don't know. It seems like taking over the dock is like a very big obstacle.
Don't worry about it. I'll worry about that. It's just whether or not you're in.
God damn it. So Blinken looks at him and he just sighs, and then he's like, "Yeah, I mean, honestly, on the big picture, it could help us. I mean, he just shrugs. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good. Still talking about EB, right?
The docks this time now.
Oh,
And if you think he would help us with it.
might be a little too big for our britches,
Again, don't worry about how we do it, because I'll deal with it.
As y'all are whispering to each other, Schema Weirdbottle says out loud, "Hey guys, you don't have to keep the Vault of Dragons a secret. They're not gonna be able to remember anything. Hey, Kickin' John, what was I just talking about?" And Kickin' John says, you mentioned to the guys that they don't have to keep quiet about something. Of course, I'm not gonna tell anybody, but I couldn't even. And he stops in his tracks and he seems to think for a little bit. He says, I guess I couldn't even hear what you was just talking about.
Exactly. And I just said, "You're here."
And Schemo says,
I
EB, you would also hear Schemo Weird Bottle talk and then immediately
Yeah.
forget what he said. And Schemo says,
okay.
guys, the little dragon that you have around your neck blinks. It casts a spell over all of Faerun. People can't remember nothing about the Vault of Dragons. That's why it's still in play. No one but us, the other Doom Raiders, and Xanathar know about it.
Oh, that's another reason why I like to keep quiet. This Xanathar fellow, you know.
You know,
Says-
Schemo, have you tried shutting the fuck up?
He says, long ago, Lord Daggle Neverember embezzled 1 million gold dragon coins from the city's currency minters and stashed it away in a magically hidden vault. EB, what the fuck did I just say? And EB, for some reason, this other Dark Gnome is yelling in your face, what the fuck did I just say? Even though you have no clue what the fuck he just said.
I'm gonna go red face. I said, you gotta learn when to shut the
Graven match.
fuck up. That wasn't what we were talking about.
Okay, so after about 30 minutes of walking, y'all start descending a long spiral staircase. This staircase itself takes you a few minutes to get all the way down. And as y'all are walking down it, Inchi, did you pick a spell?
Yeah.
What spell is it?
And she just wants to try the cantrip Mind Sliver, and she's just gonna wiggle his fingers at Schema and says, "Ooh, I'm gonna sliver your mind with an illusion."
Excuse me.
You drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature you can see within range.
At Schemo.
Okay,
Yeah,
Schemo's,
that's actually a fair choice. Yeah, 'Cause-
Schemo's gonna roll an intelligence check. He gets +5 to this because he is also a wizard.
Fair enough.
He got a 12. Does that beat your spell save?
I doubt it, but let me check.
no, I don't think so. I
No,
think
spell
he-
save 15.
Yeah, that's what
Okay, so he doesn't beat it. So he is going to take 1d6 of psychic damage. He goes, oh,
And
fuck! Itchy, what the fuck, man? Jesus! Or, gods above. Oh my gods, man.
and then
He says,
and then
Jesus.
he hears Inshi's voice echoing in his head. See, I can mess with your mind with illusions. As he
Says-
telepathically speaks into his mind.
That's not an illusion, Inchi. That's evocation magic. Or that's an enchantment cantrip. How are you guys so good at everything? Inchi, you of course have learned Mind Sliver. This strange block in the energy that you were feeling during the Assassin's Guild fight, it is your mind somehow comprehending magic that you have never studied. You are not a sorcerer. You are not a warlock. You are a wizard. You're supposed to study magic and learn how to manipulate it, but somehow you just have a natural affinity for it. And he says, my gods, what I could do if I had your natural talent, Inchi. You should really hit
By
the
the-
books. You could be one of the most powerful wizards in Waterdeep.
And once again, Enchi telepathically speaks into his mind. I already am. Wink, wink. He just says into his mind. If you look at the character sheet I sent to the group chat, he does now have the telepathic feat as of this last level up.
Hell yes. That's great. Perfect. And Schemo like just rolls his eyes again, befuddled by how all of you got the best of him and his friends and convinced him to join y'all's crew. He's like, they got the dragon, they know Avi, they just know about fucking everything, I guess. Okay, all right, okay, whatever. Okay, we're doing good things for good reasons. I'm on a different path now. I'm not a bad guy anymore. And Elzerna says, that's right, Schemo. Welcome to the Good Guys Club. Good things for good reasons. And after that, all of you exit out into the lair of Xanathar the Beholder, the Thieves' Guild of Waterdeep, Right now, y'all are in the Hall of Statues. Every other tile on this floor has some kind of statue of a different humanoid creature from Waterdeep. EB, since it's your first time down here, roll a perception check.
I got a 6.
These are just normal statues. It's pretty cool to see so many of them. And you have to weave between all of them. There's a human, there's an orc, there's a bugbear, there's a goblin. All kinds of different creatures from all over the lands of Faerun. And Kickin' John says, yeah, just weave between the statues. Let's go to the audience chamber. Nilhor will be there. And you said you wanted to talk to Xanathar. Nilhor will be who you talk to about all that, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
As y'all are walking along here, does anybody want to break off and do their own thing?
Not yet. However, I see there's an icon on the map that says Scrying Eye. Is that something that is like obvious and noticeable up front, or
That is something that Inchi and I believe Huel noticed last time they were down here. If
Okay.
Inchi or Huel want to tell you about it, you would be able to see it. Of course, EB,
Actually,
you could
I
break
know
out
this is
that magic
Yeah.
telescope.
I would say it's slightly metagaming, but I mean, we're not around any other people, so yeah, I would actually
Well-
take the opportunity to take out my telescope and peek around.
You are around Kickin' John. He is a member of the Thieves Guild. That's why his token is purple. The Thieves
Gotcha.
Guild is purple themed. But he is, of course, walking towards a different direction. You know, he's trying to walk towards this promenade area. If you
Yeah,
have a telescope, you could do that.
yeah. Yeah.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. Not proficient with sleight of hand. All right. 19.
19. Sam, you look through this telescope in the Hall of Statues, and what first pops out to you is this blue dot right here is a secret door, a door that has illusion magic over it to make it look like stone. And then, of course, above that door, there is a giant eyeball that's looking all around. Like every second, the eyeball looks at a different location. And that is, of course, a scrying eye.
Okay.
And
I'll put that thing away.
with that telescope, you notice that all of these statues have some magical energy radiating off of them. Does that concern you at all?
Piques my interest, but I'm gonna keep moving.
Okay. Kickin' John.
DM, was that hidden hallway in the same hall?
Yes, you, Inchi, have specifically been down this hallway. You just decided to open a door and start walking one of these sessions. So you have seen all of that hallway.
And she's not going to audibly say anything, but he's going to telepathically speak to EB and just point in the direction, say, "Oh, there's a hidden hallway down there for your little map."
Oh. Do I communicate telepathically, or is that just like a message?
Sure. For the fuck of it, sure.
I say, ooh.
Ooh.
Kickin' John, with his feet, holds open a door into this area called the Promenade, and he says, for those of you who haven't been down here before, this is the Promenade. Xanathar keeps his various eyes of teleportation down here, of course, before we deploy them throughout the city. Xanathar, the big boss man, he can go anywhere in this city he wants in the blink of one of his eyes through these magic stones. And EB, you walk into this promenade area with everybody else from the Half Pints, and you notice that all over this hall, there are different stones that have been carved into the shape of an eyeball. It's about the size of a human fist, and each of these stones are different colors: green, purple, yellow, red, but they're all the shape of an eyeball.
Okay.
Okay. As y'all keep walking along, a goblin actually approaches all of you and says, "Oh, hello there. It's time for the Flutterfoot show." And he starts juggling a bunch of balls. and he is going to roll a dexterity check with disadvantage.
While he's juggling, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
He got a 4, so he throws 3 balls in the air and he drops 3 balls, and he says, "Oh, Flutterfoot fucked it again." And he picks up
Again, what the fuck is this?
he picks up his balls and he says, "God damn it, Flutterfoot. Xanathar is going to turn you into one of his statues if you don't get it under control." And he picks up his balls and he starts walking the other direction, muttering to himself. And Kickin' John says, "That's what do you say, Inchi?"
Itchy hollers after him. "You'd be more entertaining as a statue."
Try juggling. Try juggling daggers. That's entertaining.
And Flutterfoot says, "Oh no, oh God's below, oh no." And Kickin' John says, "Yeah, that's Flutterfoot. Xanathar is punishing him by making him be Thieves Guild jester. He's very bad at it. He's gonna get turned into a statue one of these days. I guarantee it. Matter of fact, does anybody want to take a bet on how long Flutterfoot's gonna last?"
Oh.
I asked Kickin' John, those statues in the other room are those previous living persons who have run afoul of the Thieves Guild?
Oh yeah, those are all people that have failed Xanathar.
I see.
Mhm. You should try poking at their eyes. It feels weird.
EB, a shiver runs down your spine. You recall tales from the Underdark about beholders that could turn people into statues with a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Kickin' John escorts all of you into the audience chamber. And Sam, roll a perception check. Everybody else has been in here before, except the NPCs.
17.
Sam, with the 17, the thing you notice first when you walk into this room is there are 12 statues lining the wall. And each of these statues have their hands up in front of their face as if they're trying to shield themselves from something that is attacking them. And when you move around these statues, you can see that their faces are carved in fear. And you know with a sinking feeling in your stomach that these are all real humanoid creatures that have been petrified. The second thing you notice is the only light in these rooms comes from those magically carved stone eyes that Kickin' John just told you that Xanathar uses to teleport anywhere he wishes. And EB, the third thing you notice is in this room, there is a mind flayer sitting over here in a chair who is gesturing at this bandit. It looks as if the mind flayer is talking, but you can't hear anything the mind flayer says. You would be familiar with mind flayers from your time in the Underdark. Everybody else, y'all see Nilhor, second in command of the Thieves Guild, talking to a bandit, a member of the Thieves Guild. And Kickin' John says, "Well, I don't really like talking to Nilhor, so all of you have a lovely day. And if you want to take bets on Flutterfoot, you just let me know, okay?" And then he leaves the room as fast as possible.
All right.
We got to stop by Kickin' John before we.
I suppose.
Well, no, I have a question for him. I forgot to ask.
Sean, your character is a member of the Thieves Guild, and you have, of course, been lying to the Thieves Guild and saying that everybody in this crew works for you, so you would be expected to speak to Nilhor first.
Gotcha. Did Thorgrim want to say something?
Oh, no, to Kickin' John before we leave. Yeah, I want to talk to him about the fighting pit.
Gotcha. Sorry. I think this is the first time, and she is actually sizing up Nilhor as he's approaching him.
Nilhor is 8 feet tall. He has 4 tentacles descending from his face where his mouth should be. He has purple skin. He has 2 large red eyes that seem to pierce into you. And of course, as always, when he talks, he speaks directly into your mind. He's gesturing at this bandit, clearly saying something to the bandit. But into your mind, Inchi, he says, "You just wait, Inchi."
And she stands back and casts Detect Thoughts with my telepathic feat.
You're going to cast this on Nilhor, right?
Or the bandit.
You tell me.
I mean, the bandit should still be hearing whatever conversation he's having with Nilhor. So that's my pick, the bandit.
Okay. The bandit, do you have to cast something for this? Or do you have to roll
Looking that up
something for
now.
this?
Tick thoughts.
And of course,
I am within 30.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry.
What did you say?
I'm within 30 feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. The target needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
His wisdom is 0, so this is a straight d20 roll. He got an 8. I assume that does not beat your spell save. So you are able to detect his thoughts, and he is not aware of it. Inside of his mind, you can hear his thoughts, and you can hear the thoughts of Nilhor projected into the bandit's mind. And Inchi alone can hear this conversation. Nilhor says, "Of course, go down to the castle ward and shake down the businesses for their protection fees. Or let me get Nilhor's voice right. Go down to the docks ward and shake down the businesses for protection fees. We gave them a week off due to the lockdowns after the incident at Del Torchel Academy, so they owe double this week. Show no mercy. Break a few bones. Xanathar needs gold to fund his casino." And of course, the bandit is going, "Oh fuck, it's a mind flayer. It's a mind flayer. What the fuck did I get into? Oh my god, it's a mind flayer. He's gonna eat my brain. Go to the castle ward. Get all the gold you can. Don't disappoint Nilhor. He'll make you one of his puppets. He'll make you one of his puppets." And
Oh god, he broke the bandit. He's on loop.
Does anybody else want to do anything before Inchi starts talking to Nilhor?
No, I'll let him talk.
Same.
Does the bandit leave first?
Yes. If you're not going to do anything, the bandit takes his orders and he leaves the audience chamber. And then Nilhor...
Well, as he's leaving, and she telepathically yells at him, "Run, little bandit, run!"
The bandit, thinking you're Nilhor, begins running even faster out of the audience chamber. Nilhor goes over to a small desk that's in the audience chamber, and he opens a drawer, and he just puts his hands around what appears to be a human-sized brain, and he raises it up to his tentacles, and one of his tentacles sticks into it, and he starts sucking liquid out of that brain. It becomes dry and dehydrated, and Nilhor telepathically connects to all of your minds, so all of you are talking to Nilhor right now psychically, and Nilhor says, "Ah, Inchi, and your crew of half pints. How can I help you?"
And now, and she's just audibly talking out loud. Nilhor, it's been a while. How are you?
He says, "It has been a couple of days, Inchi." Excuse me, let me swallow something. Okay. Nilhor says, "The last time I saw you, Inchi, you made a demand of me while I was controlling Lord Grauhund. And I have wanted to ask you something." And Nilhor steps right up into your personal space, and she throws the brain aside and says, "Who are you to make demands of me?"
A goblin with someone to protect. A lot of someone's, actually.
Hey, you can't talk bad to the boss man.
He says, "You should listen to your friends, Inchi. I am
No, I was talking to you. You can't talk bad to our boss man.
Thorgrin, roll a wisdom check.
I am purposely trying to sound dumb right now, by the way.
Okay, that's great. Roll it with
Like,
disadvantage.
That's great.
Oh,
And she appreciates it.
That's fantastic.
like I'm like the stereotypical dumb goon who doesn't realize that's the boss's boss. Like, hey, can't do that. Wisdom save with disadvantage.
Yeah. We're not in combat
Okay.
right now, so I'm
2.
making all of your tokens bigger.
Ooh,
Great.
I rolled in that one.
Thorgrin, you go flying psychically, telekinetically back into this wall, and you are held there by some kind of psychic force. I'm going to roll a d8 for damage. You take 7 damage. Nilhor, without taking his eyes off Inchi, says, "See, Inchi, this is the problem. Insolence is like a disease. It spreads. Who
And she looks back at
are
Thorgrim.
you
Looks back at him.
to make a demand of me?"
Oh, come on, Mr. Nilhor, let him go. It's between me, you, and this land that we're talking about. I'll eat a little bit of it.
He says, "Inchi." And of course, he doesn't let go of Thorgrim. He says, "Inchi, if you have an issue to discuss, you discuss it with me. Here, in the Thieves' Guild, you do not interrupt one of my puppets while it is performing."
All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I
Thank
need
you.
this land, Nilhor.
We will talk about that. First, what are we to do about your dwarf friend and his insolence? You are, of course, the leader of this crew of half-pints. I assume you wouldn't let him talk down to me in such a way.
Well, he wasn't talking down to you. He was more talking me up, Mr. Nilhor. I mean, that's the context that I got from that.
Roll persuasion with advantage. That was very good, Inti.
I was gonna say you could like, throw me under the bus if you have to.
It's 17 plus 1, 18.
With that, Thorgrim, you feel the grip that was on your chest loosen, and you slowly slide down to the floor until you're supported by the weight of your own feet, and the psychic energy has no hold on you. And Nilhor says, "Of course, Inchi, of course. I forgot that you are very capable. Of course, if your crew works for you, and you work for me, that means your crew shows respect to me, and most importantly, to Xanathar." And Nilhor the Mind Flayer looks at all of you, and his eyes land on Thorgrim and says, "You should be lucky that it was me you talked to, and not Xanathar and his disintegration ray."
I'm gonna look down to the ground, like I'm gonna snap my neck to the ground really fast when I see him look at me and go, "Oh, yes, boss is boss, sorry. My bad."
My bad.
And she raises a hand out to Nilhor. Speaking of our beholder boss, I know that you haven't gotten anything out of giving me land, and I've thought about your offer. I will try to be one of his generals, whatever thing.
Inchi, you wish to enter the blood tournament, the fighting tournament to the death, to become one of Xanathar's lieutenants in exchange for some land. Is that what I'm getting?
I will.
Nilhor says, well, Inchi, that is all it would have taken. I am ashamed of myself as your boss that I did not make that clear. I will contact Xanathar, and you can negotiate with him directly. And he closes his eyes and he looks up, and his tentacles wither and waggle. And suddenly, all of you hear this thin sound of the air being pushed around something teleporting into this room. And suddenly, with a thin a popping sound, Xanathar the Beholder appears in this room, along with a floating fish tank that has a goldfish inside of it, swimming around a decorative castle. Xanathar the Monster Mobster is in the room with you. He breathes heavily with a monstrous rasp.
Yeah. I'm just
EB?
excited because I've played D&D for many a year, and this is the first time I'm interacting with this character.
Fantastic. This is great. EB, roll a perception check on Xanathar, the Monster Mobster, the crime lord of Waterdeep.
I got a lucky 7.
You are terrified to be in the presence of something that
Yeah.
could disintegrate you, petrify you, burn you, paralyze you, poison you with just a thought. And you don't notice anything else about him. Blinken, Thorgrim, Hule, and Inchi, of course, recognize Xanathar. He is a purple beholder with purple scales, and while most beholders have 10 eye stalks, Xanathar is, of course, missing one of his eye stalks. He only has 9. For some reason, he's missing one of his eye stalks. You can see the stump of it wiggling around, still bloody and scabbed over, as if this wound is recent. Xanathar the Beholder is holding a massive cigar in his mouth, and he takes a big puff on it, and it telekinetically floats out of his mouth, and he releases all that smoke, and then projected into your mind as he continues physically, raspily breathing. You all hear, "If it isn't my new friends, the Castellanta killers themselves, the Calf Pints. Inchi, what can I do for you, my boy? I've been hoping that you would come around here. You know, of course, that you always have a home here. Your place isn't above ground, it's down here with us monsters. What can I do for you, my boy?"
And she looks back at Blinken and like head nods in Hule's direction to just steady him because I know he's like probably pissing his pants at seeing a beholder again.
Yeah, hold
And,
on.
You can
hold
just hear
on.
him breathing like
Yeah.
heavily, like
How does everybody react to Xanathar apparating into the room? Let's go with Thorgrim first.
I'm still like looking at the ground.
Hell yeah.
I fucked up.
Blinken, how about you?
I steel myself, and I want to say like something silly like Xanathar, you son of a bitch, how are you doing?
Xanathar like rotates his whole body to like nod in your direction. Hule, how about you?
yeah. The second he pooped in the room, he like froze up, like he's sitting there like he's so scared he can't move. Yeah, Hule's got a big fear of of beholders. He's heard many stories they
Yeah.
can turn your body inside out. So
Schemo, of course, the seasoned adventurer, is not affected by Xanathar being in the room. Elzerna is going to roll a constitution check. I think this is her first time being down here. And she starts shaking slightly, and she actually hides beside you, EB, as if she's looking to you for comfort. EB, how do you react to seeing a beholder here in the flesh?
Hold. And I don't know if that came through. I am very scared.
As you should be. All right, Inchi, what were you going to say?
After Blinken, after he kind of non-verbally told Blinken to steady Hule, he looks back at Xanathar and puts his hands behind his back. "Mr. Xanathar, sir, it's good to see you too. I came here to make a deal as one of your new generals to be.
He said,
Maybe.
Inchi, don't get ahead of yourself. You want to be a lieutenant, you got to fight for it. Hey, I like you. I like your spunk. I like your drive. I like your bloodlust. But being a lieutenant, hey, that's something you got to earn by fighting in the blood tournament. Are you willing to do such a thing for me?
Oh, I will. In exchange for some land."
He says, land? Inchi. Oh, my boy, I'm so proud of you. You got your eyes set on the prize, my boy. How much land are we talking about here, Inchi? And where is it at? What you want? You want the land around your tavern that you're opening up? You want a fancy manor for you and your crew? What?
No.
Uh-huh.
Outside of the city gates. And technically the prize is already mine. I just need to keep it, I guess.
He says,
Good.
He says, explain yourself, Inchi. And Sean, I just want to remind you, you have not told the mobster about your family of 60 goblins that lives outside the city.
Yes, and I have the concerns in mind, but
Okay. Do whatever you want then.
and now he just says the land around the how do I put it? Your Growlhound puppet is taking control of a lot of land around our city, this city. And I just need a little teeny tiny bit by the river. If you hand me a map, I can kind of point out the general area, and I just need that left alone.
Nilhor, the Mind Flayer, dutifully goes over to the desk and he pulls out a map of Waterdeep and the surrounding land. Inchi, you would mark the acre of land that your family uses for water, farming, and living. And Xanathar says, "Oh, okay, I see, Inchi. Inchi, my buddy, let me let you in on something. Of course you know that Growlhund is my puppet. He's making a bunch of promises to the nobles so that he can become open lord, but as soon as he gets into office, he's going to do whatever he can to enable my guilds. And that includes the guilds being able to build workhouses and factories outside of the city. And I was really hoping that this land, there's a bunch of wonderful redwoods here. Beautiful, big, thick trees that could build so many houses in Waterdeep. And you're saying that you want this acre of land all for yourselves?
Yeah, it's by the river. The ground isn't stable enough for a whole factory, sir.
He says, yeah, but the trees there, they're as thick as 5 humans standing shoulder to shoulder. You know how much gold coins that is, Inchi? He says, how about this? I will let you and your family. How many goblins did you say were in your family?
I lost track around like 30, and I think there's like 2 of those now, so that's 60.
Xanathar, the monster mobster, floats about 10 feet away from you, Inchi. He gets closer to you. And Skylar, this pet goldfish of his in a floating tank, stays about 5 feet away from him. So as he comes closer, this pet goldfish comes closer with him. And he says, now, Inchi, oh, my cigar went out. And of course, his cigar loses its light because he's been talking to you for a bit. He says, Inchi, do me a favor and get me a light.
And she has create bonfire right away. He just snaps his fingers, and then a bonfire forms.
As you acknowledge your place in the hierarchy and follow Xanathar's orders, he lights his cigar on that bonfire and he takes a few puffs of it and he says, Inchi, I wish you had told me of this earlier. Your friends, your family, they shouldn't be living outside the city. They should be down here with us. I would love 30 goblins to join the Thieves Guild. What do you say to that? I'll take care of them. I'll make sure they're fed. I'll make sure they're at the gold that they need. I'll put a few of them to work. What about that?
I've already thought of that as an alternative, sir. Respectfully, but this land means a lot to us. We've got our soup hut, and well, yeah, we got the soup hut.
He says, "What is a soup hut, Inchi? No disrespect. I just don't follow what you're saying."
Oh, it's a hut with soup.
Of course. Okay. I think I see now. He says, Inchi, I think that if you joined the ranks of my lieutenants, I could do that for you. And Nilhor steps forward and says, my lord, you surely know the amount of gold you're giving up. And Xanathar looks sideways at Nilhor with a little bit of menace in his eyes. And he says, I will run my crew how I wish, Nilhor. Thank you so much for your sage advice. Inchi, if you joined the ranks of my lieutenants, I would be happy to give that land to your family. We'll take a few trees off of that acre and we'll call it even. How about that?
Yeah, we could do without a few trees.
He says, the blood tournament is happening in a week or two. Of course, if you wanted to become one of my lieutenants, you would have to win the blood tournament. It's a fight to the death. We're still accepting sign-ups. I don't know how many people you would have to defeat, but you would have to win in order to be one of my lieutenants. Does that make sense, Inchi? And he takes a big puff of his cigar.
I'll win as soon as I can for you, boss. And they'll never see me coming. Okay, and then Inchi starts snapping his fingers again. And, shit. This is where I would love if Roll20 to work and I could have my spell list ready. Let me look up one thing real quick before I say this action.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Aha. Okay. So, Enchi's going to burn through his 4 level 1 spells as he snaps 4 times. And each time he casts Disguise Self. And then first blink, he looks like Thorgrim. Second blink, he looks like Huel. Third blink, he looks like Blinken. Fourth blink, he looks like Eevee. They'll never see me coming. I'm unpredictable.
Xanathar the Beholder gives you a wicked smile, displaying his rows and rows of razor-sharp teeth. His 9 eye stalks wiggle with excitement, and he says, Inchi, from the moment I laid eyes on you, I could tell that you were one of us. Truly bloodthirsty and willing to do whatever it takes to make the Thieves Guild better. I would be honored to have you as one of my lieutenants. Of course, I'll give your family your land. If you win, of course.
And Enchi, still looking like Eevee, smiles and bows to him. I appreciate that,
I
sir.
glance sideways awkwardly.
Fantastic, Inchi. I'm very glad to hear it. Nilhor here will be in touch with you about when the actual blood tournament is starting. As I said, we're still accepting signups. And he motions to the rest of the half pints and says, of course, it's open enrollment. Anybody that wants to join the blood tournament for my entertainment is welcome to do so. In addition to winning, and he motions to Inchi and the rest of you, he says, if you win, you can become one of my lieutenants, and there's a cash prize. But if you don't want to be one of my lieutenants, I understand. I'm not going to make anybody join my family. It's, of course, voluntary. If you win, you just get to take all the gold coins. Does anybody else want to volunteer for this blood tournament?
Sorry, yes, I do, but I also gotta be right back.
Okay. Huel, Blinken, EB, you want to sign up to fight to the death in a competition for Xanathar's entertainment?
I'm good.
No,
Huel?
I don't thank you.
He's like shocked. He doesn't. He's like looking around. He's like, ow. So, and she's fighting in it.
Yeah, Schemo actually comes up to you. You're both bards, so he kind of has like a connection to you. And Schemo says, hey, your buddy Inchi knows that he's signing up to fight against his buddy Thorin, right? Like that looks like that's what just happened here, right? They're aware of that?
I think so.
Oh shit!
Okay, all right, and Schemo rolls his eyes, again, not believing that he was bested by all of you. Sam, Schemo used to be a member of the Doom Raiders, one of the main villains of this campaign who you haven't met yet. But the Doom Raiders broke bad. Schemo broke good. He doesn't want to do bad things in order to get to the Vault of Dragons, whereas the rest of his bandmates, who you will meet later, are evil and absolutely will kill anybody they have to get to the Vault of Dragons. You don't need to know that right now. Brax, are you back? Okay. Inchi, Xanathar, and Nilhor say to you, well, Inchi, we will let you know, of course. Is there any other business that you wanted to do down here? Blinken, of course, you came down here to negotiate guild fees for opening up your bar.
Yeah.
This would be your time to speak up.
Itchy, like head nods over to Blinken to give him the floor. But my friend here, I think has a word for you.
And I clear my throat. Look,
as you do that, Blinken, Xanathar the Beholder turns all 9 of his eye stalks and his big eye over towards you with his rows of razor-sharp teeth. He takes a puff of his cigar and he looks like he's waiting for you to say something.
I see that. Anyways, I'm going to I'm wondering how one would, help me with the guild fees here, since I'm opening up this bar and maybe we can work something out here.
Xanathar says, of course, for helping me kill those Castellanta noble bastards. I of course offered to help you with the guild fees. Now, of course, Mr. Blinken, you look like you're a member of one of my guilds, right? The Boas and Fletchers Guild, correct? And
yeah.
Blinken, does it scare you at all that Xanathar knows your name and knows where you work?
I mean, at first, no, but secondly, he Blinken has like I think basic knowledge of Beholder, so it doesn't surprise him that he would know, especially since he's talking in his head.
Okay. Xanathar can talk in your mind. He cannot read your mind. Those are two different abilities.
Right. Yeah.
Nilhor, if he focused on it, could try to detect your thoughts, but he would have to roll for that. Let me use the bathroom. We'll take like a 5-minute break, and then when we come back, Blinken, you can do your negotiations.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're back.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
We're all actually just going to break.
Oh, perfect. I'll be right back.
Okay. Jesus.
All right, guys, I'm back.
Oh yeah.
Schizo's here. How about Huel or Kirby? That's a no. Sam, how about you? All right, we'll give everybody a few more minutes. Oh my God, I'm so tired. Been working 12-hour days every day this week.
Yeah, that can be fucking rough.
Yeah. It started with a drive into Lakeland, Florida. I was supposed to be there at like noon or like 2 o'clock, and then they kept me busy in the office in Alabama for like 4 hours going over new travel request documents and new procedures for requesting hotels. And then I got to the car rental place, and they took forever to get me my car because some of their machines had broken down for cleaning the cars. So I was behind schedule already. And then I would have seen Schizo in shit, where was it?
My brother Tim.
Yeah. I could have seen him in Lakeland, and then I could have seen you in Tampa, but
Yeah.
the jobs just took way too long. So I have to drill 11 holes in the floor for every install that I do. And then this one, it was in a parking garage that had a service. The service floor for the Audi dealership was on the bottom floor, and then it had a parking garage on top of it. So the bottom floor where I was driven had extra rebar and steel plate in the floor. I ended up going to Ace Hardware 3 times to get drill bits to drill through this thing with a fucking Ryobi drill that overheated and fucking almost shocked me. I have burn marks on my arms and thigh from how hot the drill bit got.
Oof.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, I told them a Ryobi drill is meant for like home repair, not for like installing machinery through rebar. And they were like, it's fine. It's worked for us so far. And then I had to go and buy a whole DeWalt drill for it, and it went through that rebar like butter. But of course, I had to call my boss, and then I had to get on a conference call with the plant manager before she approved the like $180 purchase of a decent drill. It was infuriating. Let me turn off the fan in this room.
Yeah, I was telling my brother, Mike left Lakeland, and he's like, God damn it, I'm in Lakeland.
That was not the fan. That's just the toilet being loud. Okay, is everybody
Well,
back?
technically it's in Bartow,
Yeah,
which
I'm
is
back.
south of Lakeland, but yeah, that's where my brother's
Sweet.
at.
Nice.
Lakeland and Tampa were really nice. I've not been to this part of Florida before. I like it.
Oh yeah, Sam went there once with Cooper. That's the first time I saw Sam in person was when we were renting that house.
Oh yeah,
We were playing.
That was
we
in
were playing
Lakeland?
that
Okay.
D&D game. No, that was Tampa.
that's why. Okay.
Yeah, I missed Florida because like it is the one state that has like a unique aesthetic. Like every other state, it looks the exact same, but Florida, they like their crazy colors, and they like building their buildings a little bit differently. Even the cement here that I'm drilling through is different than every other place I've been. The cement, when I drill through it, it comes out as like white, whereas every other place it comes out as gray. I don't know what that's about. And then, of course, I've seen like 5 80-year-old men running around with like 20-year-old girls in a Lambo.
Well,
Fucking-
that sounds like Miami.
Yep.
Florida's still better than Texas.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yep. I'll probably be going to Texas later this year. I'm hoping I get the trip
Oh.
that takes me through Austin because I've always wanted to go to Austin, Texas.
I haven't been there.
The rest of Texas, I'm not excited about. I'll have to go to
Dallas and
Houston.
Houston can kick my ass.
Yeah, I'll have to go to Houston, and then I'll have to go to Laredo, some town that's on the border of Texas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Interesting.
That's one of those that I have to go to, and like literally the Audi dealership that I have to go and install this technology in is on the like literally right by the border. So if I take one wrong turn, I'll be taking a 3-hour detour through the border to Mexico, and then I'll have to turn
Oh, that
around
sounds fun. Yeah.
to come back. So that'll be really good for my anxiety.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
All right, Kirby, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hell yeah!
Oh, all right.
All right, thank you guys. Let's pick back up where we left off. Blinken, Xanathar, the Beholder, just turned to you and said, "Oh yeah, of course. We talked about waiving the guild fees. What can I do for you, Mister Plantfoot?"
So yeah, Blinken just looks, at him and like, says like, hey, yeah, I'm willing to make some. I just don't know how your ideas would be because I'm okay with, I'm very interested with waiving the fees. It's just what kind of deals are we looking at here? Because I'm almost willing to do anything depending on what that is. So
Xanathar says, "Well, of course, this is payback for you helping me kill those Castellanites of bastards." And EB, you notice that the girl disguised as a woman beside you kind of shudders a little bit at that. And Xanathar says, of course, I told you that I could help you out with the guild fees. And he takes a long puff of his cigar and he says, "Of course, I can't waive them entirely. You know, the Carpenters Guild, they got to get paid. The Metal Workers Guild, they got to be paid. The Furniture Makers Guilds got to get paid. The Ale Makers Guilds, they got to be paid. It's all a business, Mr. Plantfoot. So what I was thinking was I could reduce each of those fees down by about 50%. You know, that's usually my cut. And of course, you know that I'm giving you a lot if I'm giving you my cut. But that way my guys get paid and they are happy and they don't cause any problems and I don't have to turn them into statues if they get uppity. You know what I'm saying?"
that seems to be a good discount, I think. So yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. And I look at the other people, and I'm sure that we could make some compromise on that. That should be okay.
So he starts talking to you some more, telling you about what 50% of the Ale Makers Guild, what 50% of the Woodworkers Guild. Blinken, roll let's call it a wisdom check.
Oh, I gotta turn on my fancy dice. Hold on.
Do it. Do it. Roll that fancy ass bitch.
Okay, pair my goddamn dice.
Bluetooth, the most reliable of all technologies. Bluetooth.
Turn on Bluetooth. I have it on.
You know what's crazy? Like, there's like 5 people in the world that actually understand how Bluetooth works. Like, every increase in Bluetooth's capability has just been sending more power to it. It's like one of those things where, like, it's kind of like cell phones and Wi-Fi, where like it works technically, but like it's held together by just like thread, just like little
Yeah, I
tiny
believe that.
bits of thread.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to compensate for it, they just keep giving it more power and making it output at a higher frequency.
That's why my
I'm still
earbud keeps fucking
astounded.
disconnecting at work.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's amazing how that's just the standard now. It's just something that we don't understand and fails half the time.
Yep, exactly. I was really mad at my rental car because for some reason, no matter what I did with my phone was always playing through the speaker of the car. Like, I could not get it to play through my headphones. I could not get it to stop. Like, no matter the audio, it was playing through the car, even when I had disconnected the phone and turned off Bluetooth. And I was like, I got so mad at it because I was in like the parking lot of an Audi dealership with all these like fancy people walking around, and I was listening to like my bullshit like comedy podcast, and they were making like dick and cum jokes, and it was just going out through the car speakers. I was like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
Let's see. Okay, I think I got it enabled. Hold on. Now it's trying to pair. If not, then I'll just fucking roll it. And what was it again? You said wisdom.
Wisdom.
All right, wisdom.
You need to beat a 14.
Damn it! No, I rolled a 13.
All right. With that, as Xanathar's talking to you, and he says, "Of course, you know the Woodworkers Guild. That's a one-time fees. They're doing your renovations, but the Ale Makers Guild, that's so complicated because you're going to be getting new shipments in every day." And as he starts talking about the percentage that you're going to owe the guild, your mind gets overwhelmed by the voice of Aranex, and it says,
The Vault of Dragons requires Lady Crowhound is a red dragon in disguise. Asmodeus, Lord Neverwinter, 1 million gold coins.
and Blinken, your mind is assaulted by the voice of Aranex, something that you have never heard except for your first time holding the stone of Aranex, before it bonded with you, before you figured out that something stole Aranex's eyes, and stole his voice, and stole his soul. When you confronted the Doom Raiders and the Castellanters, you were able to see through the eyes of Aranex that they had in gem form. And now you are hearing Aranex's voice. And as that all assaults your mind, you can't make sense of what Aranex or of what Xanathar is saying. You only catch the last bit of it. And he says, "Is that okay with you, Blinken? That percentage, is that going to work for you, Mr. Plantfoot?"
And then like what if people are watching Blinken, he's kind of like half paying attention, and like he has this like glazed over look a little bit when he's hearing the voice, and then once he said Mr. Plantfoot, and kind of shakes his head and says, "Yeah, that sounds fair."
Blinken.
What?
Did we catch what percentage he said? Like the rest of us?
The rest of y'all heard Xanathar say that he would knock the woodworkers, the metalworkers, and the furniture workers guild fees down by 50%. But the Ale Makers Guild, since that's going to be a weekly restocking of your bar, he can only knock that down to 80%.
I'm gonna scuttle over there. Keep still looking at the ground.
Like the humble little bitch you are.
Well, I mean, Xanathar is here now. Nilhor I'd throw hands with, but we're, doing stuff. So
yeah. You know your place. That's good.
No, because it really hurts, and I really want to start shit. Anyways, Blinken, this is what he said, and I relay what Mike said.
Blinken, roll another wisdom check.
Oh, for God's sakes. All right.
You still need to beat a 14.
Okay. There we go. It's a 19 total.
All right. With that, you are able to separate the overlapping voices of Aranex and Thorgrin. Thorgrin tells you that the guild fees for the ale and wine would be 80% instead of 100%. And then from Aranex's voice, you hear, "They stole everything from me. They used it to Asmodeus' soul."
Mm-hmm.
Blinken, you're getting glassy-eyed again. Whap, 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 whap.
Ow. What? Sorry. Yeah, okay, so 80%. All right. What about like you can't do maybe 70% on that fee, for ale? Could there be some wiggle room there?
He says, "I'll tell you what, Inshi. Maybe I could move some money around. I got elven accountants. You can really trust them because they live for a long time. They don't want to betray me for some young upstart. Maybe if we worked out," and he takes a long puff of his cigar, "maybe if we worked out profit sharing, I could get those guild fees down to 50%. For even the ale and wine too. What do you say? 25% of your weekly profits. Huh? How about that?"
25.
Just
I start gagging.
remember, we don't need to order wine or alcohol. We're building the tunnel.
You know what?
Remember, goblins can eat dirt. Once we get Inchi's family in,
God damn.
you know, build the tunnel without having to worry about it.
Elzarda comes up to you and says, "That's not true, Mr. Blinken."
Itchy does not correct him at all.
Which part?
Blinken, what do you say to Xanathar?
20, Mike, 20, 25%. Oh, that I'm like stuttering, you know, trying to be like, making,
25% of profits seems like a very fair deal for knocking off 50% of the guild fees. You know, that's delivery fees, that's processing fees. They're going to charge you, well, I'm going to charge you because I'm in charge of the guilds. They're going to charge you for even storing the wine in the warehouse. You know, that's how it goes. Business is business, and I know that you respect that, Mr. Plantfoot.
Okay, I mean, what about this? What about like, 15%, and I could just give you guys, drinks and food for free if you need to, sort of thing.
Did you say 15?
Yeah.
Xanathar kind of, first of all, Blinken, roll a persuasion check. You need to be,
Okay.
since you technically have +1 renown with the Thieves Guild, I'm going to say you need to roll a 12. Blinken, do you have any abilities that comes with your guild membership? Like
I
any,
don't think so. I don't believe so.
it's a background. It should come with a plus something to like,
Oh yeah,
something.
maybe. Let me look.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it like a guild artisan or something? I forgot.
Yeah.
Guild membership. As an established and respected member of a guild, you can rely on certain benefits that membership provides. Blah 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 blah. Okay. I mean, I get automatic proficiency for persuasion and insight,
There you go.
so that'd be good there. Yeah.
I'll say for the purposes of this negotiation, let's call that advantage. So
Okay.
roll with advantage on this persuasion check. You need to be a 12.
Got pretty good persuasion considering that. Okay, cool. Let me double check.
Mhm.
Okay. What the hell number is that? Okay. So I rolled, my first roll was a 1, and then my second roll was a 13 total.
13 total. All right. Well, that beats the 12. And Xanathar, he takes a long puff of his cigar and he blows it up into the air and he says, "You know, few of my guys would enjoy a place to blow off steam that isn't the yawning portal. Force Grey is always in there watching everybody and dunning. Ugh. My guys could have a place to drink for cheap. You know, I think I could figure out something with my accountant. So yeah, we'll knock off 50% of the fees for storing and delivering and processing your wine and all of that, and your ale and all of that." So Blinken, he continues to talk to you, and he would knock off about 25 per guild for opening. We're going to call that, he'll knock off 125 gold coins from the cost of opening the bar
Okay.
in exchange for 15% of your weekly profits. And you also owe Rainier Neverember 10% of your weekly profits. So you have
Yeah, that's what I was accounting on too. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. Okay. So Nilhor, as you guys have been talking, has been writing up a contract for you, and this is much longer than the contract you made with Volothamp and Raynor earlier today. This is a much more business jargon and legal jargon, and it says that you owe. It uses a bullshit guild name like the
Right.
the Suppliers Guild. You're going to owe them 15% of your weekly profits, and upon failure, this is a clause at the very end, 100% of ownership goes towards this bullshit guild. Xanathar is saying that if you cannot deliver him a profit every week, he will take control of your house and bar. Do you agree to that?
I think we should be fine with people because the attraction's there, so it's just a matter of word of mouth. So I think I think I'd agree.
He says, "Well, that's wonderful, Mr. Blinken. So you sell my guys beer, ale, wine, and whatever at cost. So you're not really losing anything. You're just transferring ale from the warehouse to my boys, and 15% of your profits, and I think we're all good. I think that's all above board.
All right. Pleasure doing business.
All right, so Blinken, you signed that contract with your name?
Yeah, I'll put my name on there.
Okay, and part of that contract is that you are signing for complete ownership. So it doesn't matter that Huel, Inchi, and Thorgren also own part of the bar. You are signing as a representative of them that Xanathar gets the bar if you fail to turn a profit.
Why does it feel like you're no,
I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to be honest and clear. You're a guild member. You're used to looking at contracts. This,
well, yeah.
of course, he gets the bar if you fail, but there's no trickery in this.
Right. And then I mean I would glance over at the party and like before I sign it, and I'm like shrugging and saying, well, what do you think?
That was a lot of business talk, and I didn't follow any of them.
Yeah, I figured that. What about you, Hugh?
Kirby?
He was scared the whole time. He's like, he's all just doing that. Like, he's getting out his head though, like he's in agreement.
Okay.
You didn't ask.
I
You didn't ask me, Mr. Blinky.
I mean,
I
was going to.
I wasn't listening.
The only thing I would say is I say weekly seems a very high goal, to a very rapid benchmark to achieve every single week. Perhaps we can negotiate to monthly.
Sam, the reason we're doing weekly on the return on profits is because the way I've been managing time this campaign, it's been like basically about a month since the campaign started. And I suspect it won't be more than a month or two before the campaign ends. How D&D works, like time is a little bit fucky. So it's weekly profits, and we'll roll for that, of course.
Okay. Then I withdraw that suggestion.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and nod and say, yeah, it looks like we're in agreement there, Xanathar.
All right. Blinken, as you bend over to sign this contract that Nilhor has drawn up, you are again assaulted by the voice of Aranax, and it says,
Trapped in the coins.
You sign the contract, and Xanathar says, wonderful. This is amazing. I love new business. I really do. And Inchi, you seem like you got a good crew here. You got a fighter right here, and he kind of like flicks one of his tentacles at Thorgren, slapping him on the shoulder, and says, but he knows his place, and that's always good. And you got this business negotiator here. You went and found a guild member. That's very clever of you, Inchi. You're very good. And then everybody else who doesn't have anything to contribute, they just stay silent. And that's how I like them. Inchi, you're running a solid crew here.
They're all right.
Okay. All right. I think that is business done with Xanathar. Does anybody else have anything you wish to say to the monster mobster?
Yeah, I say.
And just walks away.
So about
that's kind of what my first meeting with Xanathar too, if you remember, was no, I'm good, and I walked away.
Yep, I remember that. So as y'all are like finishing up and like exchanging niceties and stuff, that goblin walks into the audience chamber. Flutterfoot. He's wearing a silly cap and he's got like bells on it and stuff. And he says, "Hey, boss man, it's Flutterfoot. Let me sing you a song to a beat that I'm going to juggle to." And he throws 3 balls in the air and he is going to roll with disadvantage. And he got a 4. And again, he drops all 3 balls. And Xanathar, without even looking at him, turns one of his eye stalks towards Flutterfoot.
Can Inchi touch Flutterfoot and cast fear on him?
God damn it.
Let me think. So do you want to do this before he even starts juggling?
No, I think he is going to wait and try to see if he's going to juggle properly, but after seeing him fail, Inchi's going to try to make him terrified to see if that'll entertain Xanathar more.
Okay. You walk over to Xanathar, like right, you can tell that the way that the angle that Flutterfoot throws the balls, he's just not going to be able to do it. And you walk over and you cast fear on him. Does he have to roll anything for that?
I believe he has to make a wisdom check. Let me pull it up.
He got an 8. I know that that doesn't beat your spell save. So he is scared of you, and he says, "Oh my God, sir! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let me get my balls, and I'll get on up out of here." And
Oh,
he
yeah.
picks up his balls, and as he's running away, Xanathar says, "I really cannot tolerate a disgraceful member of the Thieves Guild like that." And he charges up an eye beam, and he shoots it towards Flutterfoot. And just as Flutterfoot is running out of this audience chamber, the eye beam hits him. Flutterfoot needs to roll a Constitution check, and that is just enough to beat Xanathar's paralyzing or petrification ray. And Flutterfoot says, "Whoa!" And he runs off, just barely missing being turned into a statue by Xanathar. And Xanathar says, "I do like the way his bells on his hat jingled when he ran away. You know, anybody that fails me should be afraid."
Well, luckily he's better at running than he is juggling.
And Xanathar, he makes this weird, monstrous physical sound with his mouth as he laughs. And he says, "Well, since our business is done here, I got some other people I need to attend to." And he disappears with a puff of like an air whooshing and then a thin popping sound. And Xanathar disappears. Nilhor holds his arm out towards the door, asking y'all to leave, and you all step out of the audience chamber. But if anybody wants to do anything else in the Thieves Guild, you are, of course, welcome to do so. EB, do you want to do anything in the Thieves Guild?
I'll pop out. I'll do the telescope again with a sleight of hand.
Okay. As y'all are walking through this area, you roll your sleight of hand.
20.
All right, good job. EB, Sam, do you see this thing I'm marking on roll 20?
Yeah.
Okay, right here, there is another set of stones that have been charmed to look like stones, but it is actually a secret door. That's what this blue dot represents.
Okay.
Okay. And as y'all are walking along, Flutterfoot is over here having a panic attack from almost being turned into a statue. And Kickin' John says, hey guys, the Pit of Blood and Fortune, it's up here. It's where the fighting tournament's gonna be. Y'all wanna check it out? Some people are having a fight to the death over like a sausage that someone claimed and someone else ate.
I mean, I've heard worse reasons to challenge someone to a fight to the death, so.
All right. So let me take y'all to the Pit of Blood and Fortune. Inchi and Huel have seen this area before. I don't think anybody else has. So y'all gather around the pit where a bugbear and a bandit, a human bandit, are fighting with daggers to the death. And as they're fighting, Kickin' John says, "So I'm the bookkeeper here. So I'm the bookie here. So who's betting on the bugbear? Who's betting on the human? Bugbears are strong. Humans, they're crafty. Crafty little bastards."
I always bet on the ugly one, Bugbear.
How much you putting up, Inchi?
I don't know, this gold right here. And he just gives 1 gold.
Okay, whatever you put down has the potential to be multiplied by twice. So if you put down 1 gold and you win, you get 2 gold back.
Nice.
All right, Blinken, what about you?
No, I'll be like, no. I need to spend the gold for the bar. I'm good. I'm not good.
Huel?
I'm okay as well. I don't have anything else to do.
EB, how about you? Do you want to bet on this fight?
I will observe.
Schema Weird Bottle throws down 20 gold coins on the bandit. He says, "Yeah, humans, they're crafty. They're crafty little bastards. They can always get away with anything." And Elzerna looks like disgusted by the idea of a fight to the death. We are going to roll. Evens is the bugbear, odds is the human. Odds, so the human manages to dodge out of the way of the bugbear's club dagger attack, and the bandit manages to stab the bugbear twice in the neck as he's recovering from that blow, and the bugbear falls over to the ground dead, bleeding out, and the bandit turns around and raises his arms, and members of the Thieves Guild clap. Various bugbears and bandits and other monstrous creatures around clap. They are always happy to see a fight to the death. And Schema Weird Bottle makes 40 gold coins off of that bet. Inchi, you lose 1 gold coin.
Ah, shit.
And Schemo comes over to you, Thorgrin, and says, "Hey, man, you know that Inchi's fighting in this blood tournament to be a member, a lieutenant of the Thieves Guild, and you said that you want to fight in the blood tournament. You realize that there's a possibility you're going to have to fight Inchi during that, right?"
And she holds out a hand to Thorgrin. I can't wait to kill you in the death battle, Mr. Thor guy.
I'm just gonna laugh, and then they'll be like, "This is pretty silly."
And she does air quotes with the kill.
Oh, he's BRB from that chat.
Oh, motherfucker.
Ah.
Yeah.
You said that 2 minutes ago. Well, shit, that's what I was going to leave it off on. But the rest of you notice as everyone's celebrating over here at the stage where Xanathar sits to watch fights to the death in the blood tournament, not in these little petty Thieves Guild inner fights. Xanathar would normally be sitting right here. Y'all have seen him earlier. You see a gunslinger from the Sea Maidens Fair talking to the quartermaster of the Thieves Guild, and they seem to be in negotiations about something. Before y'all leave the Thieves Guild, does anybody want to do anything else? Does anybody want to scope around, try to find more of the map? Sam and everybody else, this map is blacked out in the areas that they have not explored. I've tried to show where there are like doors in the Fog of War thing. So if you want to try to look around somewhere, you can. You can also look around this fighting pit if you wish.
I'll
No, and
poke
she's-
around up the stairs.
And she will be following EB, just in case he needs to tell someone, he's with the guild and, he's kind of escorting him.
Okay. EB and Inchi walk up this flight of stairs here, and I will reveal this area. Y'all are in a very long hallway that seems to go on endlessly.
Okay. Interesting.
Y'all notice that there is a sign in this hallway that says "To Skullport," and underneath that it says "To the Casino" or "Employee Entrance to the Casino."
Okay. Alrighty.
And then
excuse
there's
me.
something else.
Okay.
In this room up above y'all here, you notice that there are a bunch of very small beholder-like creatures. I forget the exact name of these very small ones right here. But fuck, what is this thing? Just a second. Oh shit, what is this thing? I don't have a name on this room. Just a second. This is important, so I want to tell it to y'all, and then we'll end the session.
Okay.
The hotel Wi-Fi is only doing Discord right now. Won't let me look up anything,
gotcha.
so let me do it on my phone. Okay, this room is X3. Okay, so what y'all notice is that there are these little floating blobs of green gas floating around this room up here. These seem to be, they set off like all of your danger sense that these would be very dangerous to confront because they could poison you. But what really catches the eyes of EB and Inchi is floating back here in the back and slowly turning to look at you is some kind of rotting beholder-like creature. This is a beholder zombie. EB, roll a knowledge check with advantage because this creature is from the Underdark.
Okay. Let's see. Got an 11.
EB, you know that a beholder zombie is a very dangerous creature. Let me load the stats up here.
Okay.
Come on, Hotel Wi-Fi, you can do it. No, it seems like you can't do it. I will do some more research on a beholder zombie, but it is essentially a less powerful version of a beholder. And as it turns around to look at you, it begins floating towards you. Inchi, you know that you have the purple bandana of the Thieves Guild on you, and that's what you would use to bypass most security mechanisms in Xanathar's lair. What do you do as this rotting corpse of a beholder begins floating towards all of you?
And she pulls out his rag and starts waving above his head. Hi, are you Xanathar's brother?
The moment you whip that out, the zombie beholder turns around and floats back to its corner. EB, you would know that beholder zombies are attracted to the most powerful beholder that they can sense. They just follow the most powerful beholder instinctually. That one came all the way this close to the surface from the Underdark means that Xanathar is very powerful indeed.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I whispered to EB. Yeah, it's probably his brother.
Still bro.
And then I'll go ahead and reveal this little bit right here. This room connects to the Hall of Statues.
Okay.
Next to that staircase that y'all came in on. Brax, are you back?
He's out doing Canadian things.
He said that he was back.
No, sorry. I
Okay.
had to step away for a second.
That's fine, man. That's fine. We're about to end the session. EB and Inchi just discovered in a room above y'all that there is a room with a zombie beholder up here that works as security for Xanathar, attracted to Xanathar's evil power. But you're still watching the after effects of this fighting tournament down here. As y'all are watching that and you witnessed a bugbear get stabbed to death, Schema Weirdbottle comes up to you, Thorgrin, and says, hey man, I noticed what you said to Xanathar, and of course I think you're bullshitting and shit. But you know that if you fight in the blood tournament, and Inchi is fighting in the blood tournament, there's a chance that you two will have to fight each other to the death, right? Like, you understand that, right?
And she holds out a hand to Thorgrin. I can't wait to kill. And then she does air quotes. I can't wait to kill you in this death match, Mr. Thor guy.
Will you have the option to fake kill him, or will you be forced to really kill him?
And she forms. He's gonna cast a minor illusion, I think. I don't know, some type of small illusion, and it's just gonna be a dagger in his hand, and he just starts repeatedly shanking Thorgrin, but just goes right through him. Yeah, stab, 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 stab. He's dead. I mean, we can think of something.
Thorgrin?
I was gonna say, couldn't I just fight, like, for you? Like, hey, I've got a champion who's willing to fight. Or you can withdraw, and I'll ask Xanathar to fight for your thing.
Well, Mr. Thor
Either
guy,
way, I'm betting all my gold on me. So,
well, counter offer for you. You get to fight half of the competitors. You get to have some fun, and then I slay you in a big old battle. And but I won't actually slay you. You just get to sneak away while I make an illusion. And whatever money you bet on me, I give to you. And then I get to become the lieutenant.
As they're having this conversation, EB, do you want to scope this area out with your spyglass?
What area are we near the the blood pit?
Yeah, the blood pit. Yeah, I dragged y'all back to that.
Yeah, I haven't pulled out my telescope in this area yet.
Go right ahead. Roll a
yoink.
sleight of hand check. You need to beat an 11.
Sleight of hand. 18.
EB, with your telescope, you are able to see that in the pit of blood and fortune, there is another secret door, but also there is a scrying eye watching over the pit of blood and fortune. A scrying eye would be able to see through any illusions or other similar types of magics. Do you say anything?
Okay. I'll point that out to my friends and I say, I don't think it's a wise plan to participate if you think you can trick Xanathar in his home ground. There's a scrying eye in the pit. You may be able to see through any tricks you may try to pull.
I mean,
I
I wasn't
assume-
planning on doing any tricks. I was going to win.
Well, no. We can still trick. Mr. Blinky can just shoot the eye. Like just poke it, but with an
Can
arrow.
they be destroyed by typical means?
Inchi.
I might.
I believe scrying eyes have HP.
Inchi, do you really want to become a lieutenant, or do you just want your the farm?
Well, mostly the land, but I don't know. I like these thieves guild guys, and maybe Nilhor will respect me more if I'm one of his lieutenants. You know, we'll work with him. You know,
I'm gonna put my
under this
hand on your
Xanathar.
shoulder and kneel down a little bit and look at you. He will never respect you, Inchi.
Well, I mean, he already does. I just want him to respect me more. And if I'm one of his big bad lieutenants, you know, we'll be best buddies.
I'm trying to lie to you. That's deception, right?
Roll a deception
Yeah.
check. Inchi, roll an insight check.
Okay.
Okay.
Inchi, as someone who does respect you, I can tell you wholeheartedly he will never respect you.
I'm gonna laugh really hard when I heard that.
Oh, damn it! I got a nat one.
8!
I had a plus 5. Damn it.
Nat one's a nat one.
Yeah, I
Inchi,
know.
you get the sinking feeling in your stomach as you realize that you are only valuable to Xanathar in so much as you can serve him.
All right. Well,
Let me
she
fight
looks.
for your farm, and I'll make sure that you do win. Just don't enter
Well-
the tournament.
Thor guy. I really don't know if that's how it works. And
Just ask Xanathar to change the deal. Hey, if I don't become your lieutenant, can I, get him to fight for the farm? He wants
No,
to fight anyway.
as the DM, I'm putting my foot down. Inchi said that he wants to fight for his family's land, and she's going to have to fight for his family's land.
yeah, he's going to hold his hand out in front of Thorgrim's face and says, "Thor guy, I understand, but I made a deal. I'll seem weak if I try to go around it, and he doesn't respect me. You're right, but
Ooh, Inchi, come here. I'm gonna lean in and whisper. What if, crazy idea, what if you ran the Thieves Guild?
and she smacks him away and says, "You've already said that before. Stop that." And she continues, "No, look, they pay me decent money, and they're a good
You could
resource
pay
for us.
yourself even better money.
You
could own your farm.
Inchi, when's the last time the Thieves Guild paid you? It was it was when Nilhor gave you like 10 gold coins for helping him put an intellect devourer in Lord Growlhound's mind.
Sounds about right. They're a good potential resource for coin. I haven't been doing a whole lot of jobs for them, but they're here. I mean, why take them off the map? They're a job opportunity. I'll just be getting a
Because-
promotion."
You don't need a promotion. You could be the boss. You could be the one who tells them to do all the stuff, and you could pay them with the money that they earn you, and you can use that money family.
While
could be the
Thorgrim's
beholder?
kneeling and she pats his head, "You dwarves are so silly. Let's go home."
All right. As you, Inchi, As you walk back towards the surface of Waterdeep, you think about what you would do. Would you kill your friend for your family to be secure? Thorgrin, you think about what you would do. What would you sacrifice in order to take Xanathar, one of the villains of this campaign, off the map? Blinken, you're going to owe 25% of your weekly tavern profits to someone else. And Huel, you're scared shitless. Of course, you're in the Thieves Guild. EB, what do you think about everything that's happened today?
I think it's very interesting. I think there's a lot of potential for gain and a lot of potential for brutal failure.
Exactly. Exactly. All of y'all begin heading up towards Waterdeep. As you do, you again notice that gunslinger from the Sea Maidens Fair talking to the quartermaster of the Thieves Guild. You know that he's trying to insert a few of his bards into the Thieves Guild for some plan that the Sea Maidens Fair has. You walk up here past the entrance to Xanathar's casino, which you've heard a lot about, and you know that Xanathar has a deal with Avi, the avatar of Asmodeus, that relates to this casino. Sam, that was a thing that was revealed earlier in the campaign. And Inchi, you flash your Thieves Guild handkerchief as you walk past the zombie beholder. Y'all go back to this long spiraling staircase and you begin walking up and up and up towards Waterdeep. But all of you have the feeling that you are descending down, down, down into a pit of wickedness. That is where we'll call this session. Next session is going to be fun and shenanigans with opening up the bar. And then we're going to do the Doom Raiders trial.
Nice. Pretty cool. Down to Goblin Town. He made a deal. He's got a deal with the Lord of Hell.
Yes. Yes.
It's not exactly small time. I don't know how we're going to knock this guy off, but
yeah.
Oh, easily.
Sam, the way this campaign works is there are villains, the Doom Raiders, who you haven't met yet, and Xanathar are the only ones remaining. I've designed it so that they're like criminal organizations. They have strengths and weaknesses. The Sea Maidens Fair is obviously trying to do something to Xanathar. He has this deal with the devil involving the casino. And then, you could also just get in good with him by moving up the ranks of the Thieves Guild. There are multiple ways to handle Xanathar. But the way the villains work in this campaign is you will not be able to convince them to give up the Vault of Dragons. This vault that has 1 million gold coins. They will always do whatever it takes to get to the Vault of Dragons. You're not going to be able to convince them to abandon it. You're not going to be able to convince them to be good guys. Villains have to be taken off the map by the end of this campaign, or they are going to be a huge problem.
Okay.
All right. Guys, this was really fun, and I enjoyed doing this from my hotel room in Miami. I don't have to worry about being quiet to not disturb my roommate.
Right. Nice.
Heck yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. It was a great session.
That's great. I feel like this was very fun. Next week it'll be all shenanigans before we get back into the main plot and things start happening. Very happy with this. I hope all of y'all have a fantastic week. And wish me luck as I travel through South Florida. Wish Schizophrenic luck for living in South Florida.
Yep. Interesting place. Yeah. Stay safe, have fun, all that stuff.
I definitely will. If I see any crazy things, I'll try to take a picture of it and post it to the Discord.
Yeah, if you find Florida man, ask him how he's been. I haven't seen him in the news lately.
Look, I haven't seen any crackheads, but I've definitely seen a crack dealer. You know what I'm saying?
Mike, you can't say that because of how they look. That's just wrong.
Look, when you're driving the pink Lambo, I make assumptions about you.
Some guy had a Lamborghini around here of all places. That was bizarre. I think he was in the military or something. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
It was very odd to see it Near Watertown.
Yeah, way up north. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that I'm gonna have to go to Puerto Rico or Alaska or Hawaii to install these things in the Audi dealership. I'm not gonna include that in the edit that I make. That is technically confidential information. Uh,
Yeah, make sure to nip
but
that out.
I'm all the time wondering who the fuck is driving an Audi like sports car around Alaska. That there's a whole dealership up there.
Yeah. Someone. Excuse me.
Oh,
Someone's got the money.
before everybody leaves, let's say that y'all all get back to Troll Skull Manor and take a look at this, guys. It has been fully. Oh no! Oh no, this is the wrong map. There we go. That should be the right one. No, that's not it either. What the hell happened? I did a whole lot of work to put the clean map on Troll Skull Manor. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that last one looked clean.
Yeah, my bad. It wasn't loading properly for me. But all of you would get back to Troll Skull Manor, and the Blinken, you would stop by the bank, of course, and tell them everything that you have worked out.
Oh,
And then you
cool.
come back to Troll Skull Manor, and it has been fully renovated and cleaned, all 3 floors of it. Huel,
Nice.
you have your stage over here.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, and a fully refurbished bar and stuff like that. All of your rooms have been cleaned, of course, and y'all have a bathroom. There's one for Elzerna and one for everybody else. I didn't want to separate it like that, but the bathrooms are attached to bedrooms, so y'all are gonna have to share one bathtub for all 5 of you. And Elzerna gets her own.
Nice.
Typical noble. But yeah, next session we'll be opening up this bar. Your favorite NPCs will come by, and we'll roll to see how much profit y'all make on your opening week. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hell
Alrighty. Thanks
yeah.
again, Mike.
Sam, it was great to have you here. It was great to have everybody else
Yeah.
here. This was a fun session. I like doing the mobster voice.
Yeah. And if I gain more confidence, I'll no, I don't know. To restrain from quoting Sopranos frequently.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
We love Sopranos here.
Yeah,
Oh, awesome.
a character voice is always encouraged. I love that stuff.
I was
But
watching Sopranos earlier. Not earlier, but like the other day.
Yeah. Oh, I was telling Mike, you guys might appreciate this. I forget. Was anyone else here friends with Cooper before he like ghosted everybody?
Oh yeah, that weirdo.
Well, okay. So I know that at least Alan will appreciate this, but there was a Sopranos quote when they were talking about a former member of their crew who like ratted him out or whatever, and Polly Walnuts made a quote that I think sums up how we feel about Cooper, and he said, "I love that cocksucker like a brother. Then he fucked me in my ass."
Oh, Polly's great.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. I'm gonna get going to bed, but yeah, it was fun, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Later.
Yeah, have a good weekend. Have a good week.
Yeah.
Catch you guys next weekend.
yeah,
Adios,
everybody.
folks.
See y'all later. Bye.
Pieces.